Okay, you guys, we are live. I know y'all were waiting for us. We are here. I got my girl Keish on the line. Bree
Hey,
will be coming in a little bit later. How
hey
you?
everybody.
Yep. Good. She said, "Hey, everybody, y'all here, Keish." All right, you guys. So everybody, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. We got some stuff to talk about with all three soaps: Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, and Beyond the Gates. Yes, hey you guys. Hey Gail, Melissa Spencer, Sawana Jenkins, that girl 7609, Rose Noble, Miss V Young is in the chat. Michelle Parker, Tommy Smith, Lachelle
All the
Wallace.
usuals.
Hey you guys, Lachelle was in here. She was number one. I think honestly Lachelle has been in here since probably 30 minutes before the show because sometime I'll come
I
back
know
and
that's
just,
right.
yeah, she was in here early asking questions. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody here yet. But I happened to see it.
Like
Um,
the enthusiasm. She's ready
yes,
to go.
yes. We're good. We're good. Hopefully, y'all had a great weekend. All right, we got some.
Excuse some of this noise you might hear in the background. I'm making some bacon wrap dates for work tomorrow.
Okay. Is it you making it for lunch or you doing it for like your department or something?
Yeah, for we're having a carry in tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh, girl, you over there cooking up a storm. I heard that. How's the
hmm
weather out there? Because I know it's like,
I don't even get me started on this weather because it was 80 degrees like 3 days ago.
yes.
Yesterday, um, and
We,
Saturday.
mm-hmm.
It was down in the 50s. Today was I woke up it was 38. When I woke up Sunday morning, I didn't realize that it was supposed to be that cold this weekend, and my house was at 61.
Girl,
And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, it was freezing.
tell me about it. I got
So,
like you said, it was 80 degrees on Friday.
mhm.
And then Sunday morning, we got a message about a freeze warning. I'm
Yep.
like, freeze warning?
Yep. I
I'm like,
had my heat off and everything.
girl, everybody got their heat off.
And I had to kick that sucker right back on.
Listen, I was talking to some of my coworkers that live in like Pennsylvania, and they said it was like 90 degrees over there on Friday. So I
Mhm.
don't know what it's looking like on the over there in that area. It's probably cold over there too, cause Pennsylvania ain't that far from Ohio, right?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah, so
I
y'all
think
probably at the same temperature.
Pittsburgh is only about 5 hours from where I live.
Oh my
So yeah,
goodness.
they probably around the same as we are. I think the high was 51 today, and it's supposed to be like that all week here. I don't think it really warms back up to the 70s. I want to say until Saturday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, they said we supposed to, well, this thing been up and down, but I know that it was saying that we was going to start hitting the 70s tomorrow here. It's like 73,
Oh,
75, 77, 70 on Friday and 60s on the weekend. So maybe it hit us first and then come your way.
yeah, maybe. I'm just tired. I've said it a million times before. Winter is not my season. I can't stand it. I don't like being cold. I will say at least it's not snowing because I hate snow even more. But I am over this cold weather.
Yeah, and I mean, usually you don't get stable in the Midwest. We don't get stable weather until probably what
Mhm.
mid-May.
Yeah, around May.
Yeah, we might get like last year around my birthday, it was 80 something degrees. So who
Mm-mm.
knows? You just it's, you who
uh,
knows, girl? I'm telling you, it is crazy. All right, let's get
yeah.
into these soaps. Um, So we're welcome to Soap Corner Talk, where myself, T, Keish, Bree will be on in a little bit, and we'll be recapping The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful, and Beyond the Gates for the week of April 13th through the 17th, and you might as well throw the 20th in there because obviously we did see the episodes from today. May sweeps start on Thursday, April the 23rd. I'm curious to find out. It's a lot of stuff going on with this bold thing with some secret that's supposed to be revealed by Finn about Taylor, Remy and his connection, stuff like that. Phyllis is about to go down by the end of the week, unfortunately. So, for all the Phyllis fans, prepare for what's about to happen. And it begins in tomorrow's episode. So, if you've seen the Tuesday, April 21st episode, you know what I am referring to. That is correct. We'll talk about that too, Tommy. Billy is about to be a father. Sally's pregnant. We still got this drama between the spouses, and Jack looked like he might have been about to be done. I don't blame him because Diane is getting on my nerves right now. And who else? Who else? Who else? What else happened this week? The stuff that's going on in LA with Adam. We had that secret come out on Bold, and Ivy is like, okay, and then a lot of different things happening on Beyond the Gates with what happened to Lynette. Is something wrong with Vernon? We saw a little bit of a bonding moment between Vanessa and Leslie. Um, what's up with Bill calling Danny baby, and it's triggering some folks, of course. So we got a lot to cover, and yeah, it's going to be some interesting stuff. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. It's like 15 after the hour. We're going to get into the Young and the Restless. I guess, and I know you said what really stuck out with you was Devon and Abby. So let's start there, because I'm assuming everything else was, pretty much got through, but it wasn't as interesting as the Devon and Abby thing. Go ahead and give your thoughts. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but there is two sides. So you got Devon against everybody else. So Devon is like, I need to throw Mariah under the prison. And then everybody else is like, yeah, I think maybe psychiatric help is the best thing. So I know with you, Keish and Bree, y'all are on pretty much on the side of like what Devon is saying. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a poll in the chat while you're talking and giving your side of the
Okay.
story.
Yeah, I just for me, this is a clear cut. Mariah is wrong, and in my opinion, she deserves jail time. And the reason I say that is because it's Mariah isn't someone who has had um, a long history of having some type of psychotic break where she's dangerous to society. Like, she's been functioning as an adult with her own family for years, pretty much her entire life. Um, so to me, she knew what she was doing was wrong, and so one of the holes in this whole thing with Mariah to begin with is the fact that she suddenly had this psychotic break, which started with her trying to unalive that guy. They haven't explained at all why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then it moves into her kidnapping Dom.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, she hasn't displayed anything that suggests all she needs is psychiatric help. I think what she did deserves jail time, and I don't understand why everybody expects Devon to just go easy on her. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. She went onto their property. She lured Dom from that house, a trusted adult at that, because Dom knows her. Um, Lured Dom from the house, lied to him to get him to go with her. And they keep saying, well, Mariah was never going to hurt him, because you've heard that from multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you really think Mariah was going to hurt Dom? And it's not about whether or not she was going to physically harm him. It's about the fact that she was taking Dom from his parents and telling him things to get him, trying to manipulate him to get him to trust her. Um, so just because she wasn't going to physically harm him doesn't mean that it made what she did less hurtful or harmful or traumatic. And they're just treating this like we heard what Sharon said. Well, what about Mariah? Dom only had one nightmare. I helped them find a child psychologist. They should be fine. What about Mariah? What about what she's going through? And it's like, why do you expect anybody, especially the parents of the child that she kidnapped, to have sympathy for her and to give her grace? She was taking that child to another country and she got caught. She didn't have a moment of clarity and decide to turn around and turn herself in and give Dom back to his parents. They found out where she was and they stopped her. So and it kind of it bothers me even more that Abby, Dom's own mom, isn't even on Devon's side with this. Because at first she was, and then she started softening up on her. So it's like everybody is trying to villainize Devon for wanting justice for someone who hurt his child and who hurt him. What what Mariah did was wrong, point blank. And I'm sorry, I don't think that just having her spend some time in a mental health facility is enough, because it's not like she's going to be there forever. She's going to get treatment for a few months, and then they're going to let her back out into society, into the same society that Don walks around in, with no consequences other than she had to get some treatment in a hospital. And I know people are going to say, well, she carried Don for them, so if it wasn't for her, they wouldn't have him. And for me, that's not good enough. That's not her being the surrogate is not a license for her to get away with whatever she wants to where Dom is concerned, to get away with hurting him however she wants to where that child is concerned, or where Devon and Abby are concerned. You don't carry someone's child just to hold it over them for the rest of their lives to say, well, I did this for you, so you got to cut me some slack no matter what I do. Like, that's not why you do something like that. And if that is why she did it, then she did it for the wrong reasons. But she's not entitled to forgiveness from them um, because she did them that favor. Like, I, maybe I'm a jerk, but that's just not how I feel about that. Um, so I don't know. I think if her mental health is that bad to where she goes around and just one day suddenly decides that she is going to try to unalive somebody or kidnap a kid, then she needs to be in a facility for the rest of her life, not given a few months of treatment and then released out into the general public for to do who knows what, because she might have another mental break from which we don't even know what triggers it in the first place. So that's how I feel about it. Hi, Bree.
Hey, Bree.
Hey, ladies. Hi, Sophies.
How are
Sorry,
ya?
I'm
How are
late.
ya? How are ya?
Oh, I rushed back.
Oh, girl, listen, we want you to be safe.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
I know.
right,
Sorry,
so
had
Bree,
to
you
get
you
back.
know what we're talking about, correct?
uh, I'm assuming it's Mariah.
Right. So, were you done, Keish?
Yeah, yeah, for the most part.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to make sure you got it all out. You had a whole lot to say. It was good stuff. Good stuff. What about you,
Okay.
Bree? What do you have to say about Devon versus everybody else?
I'm on his side. I'm sorry. Anything that involves children. This woman took this child from out of his home. She needs to reap those consequences. And the issue I have with Mariah's character is this is not the only time that they have fell back on her mental health. And if her mental health is that bad, then she does not need to be out in the general public.
Amen.
So the difference here is this involves a child. And I feel like she's getting a slap on the wrist. And the part that irritates me is Sharon, because she can't sit here and say, like, oh, well, the baby's fine. Like, I got him to a therapist and they said he's fine. It doesn't matter. things stick with kids. So trauma triggers at any given point. So he could be fine now, and in a year from now, he could be needing therapy services later if he gets triggered by seeing her. But the point is, she committed a whole crime, and that involved a child. I'm 100,000% on Devon's side. There has to be some form of consequence for her action. And I'm glad that he even brought up the fact that, hey, Sharon skirted around the victim's parents to try to get her a plea deal so she wouldn't have to serve any jail time. So the victim's parents didn't even have a say. And for them to say, for Sharon and Christine to say, like, oh, this is going to be detrimental, this is not great for Mariah. Are we focused on Mariah, or are we focused on this baby who was taken away from his home?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't even care about this grown woman. She made her choices. She continues to make her choices and keeps getting a slap on the wrist for it. And they keep falling back on the mental health issue. Then why is she out in the general public? Because just a year ago, she was helping her mother run a whole company. She had a marriage and a whole child. And then all of a sudden, now she's falling back on this mental health thing because she thought of Ian Ward. And where was her mother at during that time frame that Tessa was going back and forth and trying to reach her wife? Where is Mariah's mother at to be there to support her daughter since she's dealing with all these mental health issues? And then want to shame Devon for trying to protect his family. Sharon, Christine, and Abby are going to get a seat from me for that. He has every right to want to protect his child. That is his child too. And if he doesn't agree with it, that's why there's appeals invented for a reason. And I'm glad that he put Sharon and Christine in check and said, look, I'm not going to say anything until we're in court. You can plead your case. I'm going to plead mine. And I think given the fact that Sharon and Christine were able to get a plea deal for Mariah without the victims' testimony and how they felt and the days and the agony that they went through, the fact that he made an appeal so they can actually have their say is a wonderful thing. So at least that would be an effective way for a judge to come up with a legitimately decent decision. So after that, there's no regrets. There's no other issues down the line. Everyone's able to say their piece, and then whatever the judge decides, whatever he decides. But Devon has every right to stand up for his household and his family and have his say.
You got it all out, Bree?
Yeah, I did.
All right, so I did finish the poll, and this actually split pretty much down the middle: 53% prison, 47% psych ward. So
Okay.
yeah, it's going both. It's going to both sides. I'm on a different perspective when it comes to this. And I'm gonna keep it a bit soapy at the same time. I guess adding a little bit of real life element to it too. Devon can miss me with all of the selective outrage because it's one thing I get it as his son, but when it was Lily, you were pleading on the courts to keep her out of prison when she killed your wife. So let's cut it out. And then on the flip side, in tomorrow's episode, which I did kind of tell um, Keisha about a little bit before we got started, a lot of this, the way that it's written in tomorrow's episode, is that he is they're trying to put in his dialogue that he's upset about what Lily did to him with this kidnapping, and then this kidnapping of Dom, and then he finding out Holden is part of the family. It's a lot, and so it's a long shot. Christine says it to the group separately. Abby says it's a long shot, and he said he know it's a long shot, but if I could trigger her in court, I would want to do that. Why would you want to trigger somebody? You trying to get them to get punishment for something? Why would you want to trigger them? I, it's dumb writing at this point. I mean, for all involved. I mean, first of all, we got breadcrumb last year from this whole Mariah storyline that dragged on for so long. We got an episode like once every other month. Then they decided to drop this for February sweeps, which pretty much landed flat. And then now we got this situation where it's a split down the middle, but you don't have the same energy for your father in law either. So he's about to do something illegal himself. You gonna throw him under the jail too, Devon? Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, I do understand on the real life side, absolutely. You gotta protect the children. On the soapy side of it, Devon chooses who he want to fight for and who he don't want to fight for. So I'm gonna leave it right there.
I got you.
Yeah, Jenna says, as I said, the writing for this show is horrible. It sure is.
Mhm.
Man, what is going on with this writing? It is so wonky. I don't know what else you guys have touched on, but oh my God.
This was it so
Mhm.
far.
Oh,
Got started kind of late.
Yeah,
the,
this is
tr-
what we've been talking about. This is where we kicked the show off with. So
the writing has been trash, you guys. I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. It's
I just want this part to be over. I mean, they really haven't with the Tessa Mariah coupling
It's
because
been all
obviously
over the
it's
place
yeah, it's all
with
over
them
the
two.
place. That she won the award, I think for inclusivity about 4 or 5 years ago, and when they put the two together on the show. But after that, it's been when they got married and everything. But after
Mm.
that, it's just been the thing with the baby. Tessa had nodules on her throat. Then they tried to put Daniel and Tessa together, only to put them back. It's just been all over the place.
Yeah,
yeah.
very goofy writing.
Hmm.
And it's like, even now, are they together? Or are they not together? Like, because it seems like she like Tessa wants to play two in the middle. So, and Dan got nothing better else to do. So of course she's going to comply.
Hmm.
Well,
I don't know. This is weird
I
writing.
I took it as at least the last few weeks. It seems as if Tessa wants to try to work things out with Mariah again because her
Hmm.
and Dan aren't together anymore.
Nope. And we get to see Daniel whining about that tomorrow. So
Oh, still he get this man a job. Write a job for this man.
yeah. Well, I will tell you, as and you Bree, you probably noticed that May sweeps kick off on the 23rd, which is Thursday.
Yes.
And yeah, this thing that Victor is about to unleash is insane. It already starts tomorrow.
Really?
I kind of talked about it with Keish a little bit about what's going to go down. And this man, and spoiler alert, because I wanted to do a May Sweep spoiler video, but I can't find any information on it to do a video, whatever. They used to put out the sweeps preview spoilers or whatever, but I don't know. Bold has been hiding their spoilers for this week. I've been hearing bits and
Mhm.
And
pieces. What'd you
and
say?
they were releasing fake spoilers too, because the stuff that I was reading, I was about to share with you guys, it
Hmm.
didn't match up with today's episode at
Right,
all.
I
Mm.
heard you say
How
that.
much off was it?
It
Like
was
not at all, or
they said Dylan was supposed to be getting a mysterious phone call today.
Where did you see
oh,
that
okay.
at, though? That's why.
Which
Did you see that like on Reddit or something?
There's people who posted on Reddit, and there's other content creators who cover soaps as well.
Hmm.
And it's not even just that, it's soaps.com. Like, everyone has been posting what they've been hearing about the spoilers for Bold. It's like they're trying to throw everyone off. So there's been nothing but fake spoilers, because it was supposed to be
Hmm.
Dylan was supposed to get a mystery phone call today, and we were also supposed to be getting Remy today. Did not happen in this
Right.
episode.
Okay, so Jacqueline McCulley, you said May sweeps is out, May sweep spoilers are out already. I'm gonna need you to drop that link in the chat if you have it.
But Bold is trying to lie on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
because they're trying to throw like the content creators off too. So whatever it better be good. That's all I got to say for Bold. It better be good because they be lying in their spoilers.
Yeah, I know, right? And so I've been hearing all types of things about. Now, I think you brought up the thing about Finn finding out something about Taylor, and we've heard
Now,
about the Remy connection to somebody close and all this kind of stuff.
Some of
the
that, though,
name.
I wonder how much of it is something that Bold put out that they are just running with, or is it just people making up stuff for clicks?
Yeah, that's
Because you get
true
a lot of
too.
that too.
Yeah,
That
fake,
is true.
fake news or whatever.
Now
Mm-hmm.
the stuff with Remy, he did that interview with Soap
Right.
Opera Digest regarding
Yeah,
the
Christian Weissman.
connection.
Yeah.
Now there's been fan theories that I touched on in our group chat that they were
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the stuff with um, Finn keeping a secret about, it's supposed to be a deadly secret regarding Taylor, and the mystery phone call that Dylan keeps receiving
Mm-hmm.
is supposed to be someone who's going to turn LA upside down, and there's only one person I can think that will do that. So we'll see what happens, but they're purposefully throwing out fake spoilers now.
Yeah. Well, just to kind of stay on the trajectory, and we had a lot of.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah, yeah.
mention, we had a lot of birthdays. A lot of Y&R birthdays. We had Melissa Ordway birthday just passed. Melody Scott Thomas. We had Eric Braden earlier in the month.
Mm-hmm.
We had Jacqueline McInnes Woods had a birthday, and we also had Tanner Noblin had a birthday too. It was a
Yeah.
lot of early April birthdays, so I forgot to do that last week or the past couple of weeks, and so I was like, I'm gonna make sure I remember to mention the birthdays. But it was a lot of folks' birthdays this past 2-3 weeks. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so just to kind of give y'all a little bit of heads up on this week, because I did do a spoiler video, but watching Tuesday's episode, AI, well, Victor has rewritten the AI program. It's a new one, and
Oh.
he's setting it up to take down not only Phyllis but Billy and Kane as well by attaching. It's a program that is going to create paper trails to connect them to be incriminated on the AI program, since Phyllis was the one that gave it to him. So he's putting her fingerprints back on it using this AI program, which could put her in prison, all three of them technically. And
Oh.
he paid all of the employees and others outside of the company to not work for Summers Conglomerate and to walk out. All of the employees walk out on tomorrow's episode.
Oh my God. That's diabolical and genius at the same time. I can't even.
Yeah, well,
Phyllis, why didn't Phyllis create this?
first of all, she shouldn't have been there. Me and Keish was just talking about this. They should have left her with the Grand Phoenix instead of chasing after Diane. And then second of all, if you were going to give her a new company, you could have gave her that company that Sharon doesn't work at.
At all. She at the coffee house more than anything. She don't even talk about Cassidy first.
Yeah, it just sucks how they could have did so much with Michelle Stafford, which is why she left the first time. And then she came back though, and I'm like, girl, you came back to the same old thing.
Josh Griffin, you producers, you could have let Victor fall for a year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys really could. We could have seen him make failed attempt after failed attempt to try to get one over on Phyllis so he can get his company back. You let this man fall from February sweeps to May sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're leading nothing exciting, nothing fun, but we knew this was coming because we know the Newmans and the Abbotts are going to be on the gate. So Victor was going to have his company before he makes his way over to Beyond the Gates. So
Yeah, it
just a
sucks.
waste of time.
Yeah, so she's gonna pretty much end up with nothing all over it again. And I mean, obviously she made the choices to do whatever. But when Victor, because the spoiler on Thursday or Friday is that he's going to make her an offer she can't refuse. Yeah, keep either give me my company back or you go to prison.
I hope she puts some money to the side. That's all I can say for Phyllis.
Yeah, and Michael is just pathetic. I just, oh God, Michael.
You see how he was acting lovey-dovey and acting like he has a wife?
Please, Victor summons him over there tomorrow.
Oh, he wasted no time.
Mm-hmm.
He ran through all the red lights.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up on the very first phone call.
And of course, he go and do exactly what Victor wants him to do. So, anyway, let's get back to the 13th through the 17th. For good, interesting stuff. I know some of y'all might have seen it, but obviously this leads into May sweep. So, yeah. Anyway, we gotta talk about what went down in Vegas because, as Keish says, Nick is playing in the snow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And popping pills too. I mean, that dude saw them pills on that floor behind him. It was like he saw a bag of Skittles.
For real. Like, and his mama
Hey,
told
and
him,
there's no sponsorship for Eminem's company over here, but I'm just saying.
and he saw them and he grabbed them up like his mama told him no, he can't have it.
Right.
And I'm just like, it's that bad.
Girl, Matt Clark put them things behind him, and he was looking at Adam like, "Oh, I found gold. I don't want him to know about it." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's just.
I've been enjoying this storyline. This
Really?
one, oh yeah. Well, the Nick part of it.
Okay.
The Nick being addicted part of the storyline I've been enjoying. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and then he goes up in that bathroom and comes out like a new man, like, "All right, let's go." And I'm like, I thought, and I'm thinking like, okay, what type does he have, uppers or downers? He must have uppers.
I guess. I mean, if he's the pills that start with an F, because I'm not sure if we can say the real thing on
just
YouTube.
say Neil.
The Neil, I think that's supposed to, make you feel loopy, and then the powdery stuff is an upper, so he's getting a balance of both, I guess.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's a combination of both that kind of put him in the middle.
Yeah, but my thing is, Adam, you don't know your brother is off. That's your brother.
Yeah, but he ain't
and
doing
Chelsea.
nothing. That whole thing is just weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought, and like you said, there's that other, again, wrong spoilers because he was supposed to be gone back in March. I guess they decided to extend the thing.
Yes. He and Sienna were supposed to be gone. Like,
where is Sienna? I haven't seen her.
We don't need her, but like, I'm good with her. Because they're not doing anything with her. They're really not. And like Tamara Braun is a phenomenal actress. Because Jay Money has sent me clips and different things. I did my research on my own. She's a phenomenal actress, and they're misusing her on the show. Like I am not going to say Roger's last name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Roger H. Him and Tamara Braun, they could have came back as Tucker McCall. She could have been his new love interest. They could have just been raising hell for everybody in Genoa City. Like, that should have been, like, he should have been hidden amongst the alias of Aristotle Dumas. Like, it would have fitted him better.
I
It
would
would have.
have. You know what you said? Him and Sienna. I wouldn't have mind seeing him with Phyllis.
I would have loved to see Phyllis and Sienna go at it. If Sienna was like Tucker McCall's lover or something, like it would have been a far more interesting storyline, because I feel like we're getting a dead end every other week with the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And my issue is everyone is scared to call the cops. Everyone is scared to call the cops. Even when Chelsea was in the room with Matt Clark, and then he left, and then let me back up. Adam's stupid self decides to turn his back when he found Nick in the closet, and he gets hit with a fire extinguisher. Mm-hmm. And then you said he found his phone somewhere. I thought he had it in his pocket. He found his phone. He calls Chelsea to come and rescue him, but not the police, right. Not hotel security, not like, hey, we need to stop this man. We were trapped in the closet, something. You call Chelsea, what is she going to do? And he just walk into the hotel like, do. Really? Mm-hmm. So what are we doing? And then Nick is without his phone, and you got Sharon with her goofy self, like, oh, this is Nick texting me. He's saying we need to go to Las Vegas. When do you want to hear his voice? Since you were so worried and so panicked and concerned, ask why you want him to come. Why would he want you to come and face Matt Clark?
Yeah, that part. It's like, are y'all thinking straight?
Like,
it's just dumb.
and she's supposed to be the therapist. Keep that in mind, y'all. But the reason why they did not want you or Chelsea involved was to steer clear of Matt Clark, because he was dangerous. So why would he text you, for one, to go out there and meet them in Vegas? What?
But you know what? Obviously, Matt Clark realized how, let's see, what word can I use? Stupid that they are.
Yeah.
They know, that's why he did it. He knew exactly how they was going to move. He predicted that, and it worked.
And those previews prove that. Oh, Noah, there's an abandoned building. Should we go in, or should we sit in the car? I'm like, they wrote this in the script.
That is insane. I'm looking like, what do you think? Should you go up in an... Why would Nicholas have you go in an abandoned building? Why?
Right.
Wouldn't you think to meet him back at the hotel?
Exactly. Like, and here's my thing. You're driving around in a car and you go to an abandoned warehouse. You should think that maybe Adam might be with him. Why don't you call Adam?
Girl,
and you know Chelsea's out there. Call Chelsea.
She took a text message and ran with it. My thing is, get on the phone, and if he don't answer, that should be a little suspicious. I'm gonna quote Dr. Umar. Doesn't that seem suspicious?
You would think that the one with the psychology degree would be able to make sense of this. They should never trust Sharon's judgment with mental health or to read people ever again. Mm-mm. Because how could she not see through that?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, has Sharon ever really been a good source of judgment when it's come to this kind of stuff?
No, and she sounds drunk and high at the same time every time she speaks. And I don't know if this is going to be touched on later, but the same way we were wondering why she was sounding loopy, and then we found out it was Ian and Jordan that was like lacing her medication. She still sounds the same to me.
I don't know if they got Sharon Case acting like that, but she still sounds like she's on something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
I don't know where Nick is, but I am worried. And maybe this is just a choice, a character choice. I don't know, but it's just...
Here's the other thing, Bree, is that Chelsea knows that Sharon was just as worried. Why haven't you called Sharon to say I found them?
There we go.
Then
Thank
that would have
you.
been, and then she could have asked Chelsea, like, listen, I got a text message saying blah, 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 blah. And then they would have told her, oh, we didn't send that text. We don't have our phones.
Yeah, but you,
It's,
but what was Chelsea gonna do? Chelsea did nothing. She
mm-mm.
just paced back and forth in that hotel room, and then she had an attitude when Lisa came into the room and talking about like I'm Adam's partner. Well, Adam's partner could have called the police.
Right. And then what was that conversation about that she had with Matt? Because Chelsea had a conversation. I'm trying to remember the details of that conversation.
It was a bunch of nothing. He
Yeah,
was trying to
obviously
flirt
it
with
was
her.
if we don't remember it.
I
It was a
barely pay
bunch
attention to that scene.
What'd you say,
like
Keish?
I said I barely paid attention to that scene. I can't remember what it was he was saying to her. Of course, Chelsea
Mm-hmm.
was trying to be Miss
he
Bad
was
A.
he was trying to be messy about Adam and Risa.
Oh, okay.
And like, how well does she know Adam? How well does she think that there's nothing going on or something like that? Like it's a bunch of nothing. He's trying to place some insecurities in her, some seeds of doubt, and I think that's just going to lead towards something in May Sweeps. But other than that, it's just been a bunch of nothing. They could have done something with Roger, and I hate that they casted him in this role.
Right. We did not. Did we really truly need Matt Clark? They keep pulling
No,
people out the crates.
Yes, I did it with Stephanie. Her
Mm-hmm.
raggedy
I don't know
self.
why they just didn't make him a whole new character that was just intertwined in Noah's life
Right.
Yeah.
and still could have had all this drama.
Right.
Yes.
We didn't need him to be Matt Clark for this to happen.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I just wish,
but
like
we
you said, he should have came on as Tucker. He could have had a whole totally different storyline. Did we need this terror to Sharon and her family again?
yeah.
That
Like
girl
he
been
could have been.
terrorized for the last half a decade.
I know. This is why she is the way she is. She always on high alert with everything. But yeah, he should have been Tucker McCall. Sienna could have been like his new wife and could have been playing in Audra's face, and that would have been that dynamic there
Mm-hmm.
versus the stuff at the bar and whatever happened to the art dealer. They messed up that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep wanting to hopscotch back and forth with that storyline, and I'm like, just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like this addition of the Riza character. I mean, she's like a whole supermodel, and she looks like she could be trouble for a lot of the women in Genoa City because she looks like she can take somebody's man, and
Do you
clearly she
think they're
didn't
gonna
care.
keep her around or maybe bring her back to GC?
I wouldn't be surprised. And plus, we need more people that are not related to one another.
Right. Do you okay, speaking of that, because I don't know, are we done talking about LA or, I mean, LA, Vegas? Because I want to,
Yeah.
okay, which brings us back to what you brought up about Stephanie. I mean, Keish, were you done? Did you have anything else with that? I want to make sure everybody got their piece out if they got anything.
Oh yeah, I don't have anything to say about
Okay.
Vegas.
Okay. Should they have made Holden related to the Winters?
I personally don't think it was needed.
Okay.
I feel like it was just some easy button way to, I guess, find something else to write for Holden
Mm-hmm.
instead of them doing their jobs as writers and creators and building on his storyline, because he's been on the show for a year now. So why not do something to invest in his backstory? He didn't need to. They didn't need to make him related to Lily. It was a lazy way of doing it. And I've said this on here before. I'm surprised that Audra is still around because they haven't even invested in her storyline. She's been on for what, 4 years,
Something
5 years,
like
maybe?
that.
5 years.
Yeah.
And they still ain't brought a family member to town for her. She's not anchored to anybody either. She's just everybody's ex-girlfriend. And they keep recycling. Sorry, it's my refrigerator. They keep recycling her storylines with different men, different businesses, but the same story. So yeah, I hate when they do this. I hate when they want to make everybody relate to each other, and instead of just actually creating stories for these new characters.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think they had to do it. They didn't have to do it. It was just their lazy way of writing something for him.
Just to keep him around. I mean, and it doesn't necessarily keep him around because they tried to connect Damien to be Nate's brother,
Exactly.
and he was gone after about a good 7-8 months.
Exactly.
So I guess it don't matter if you if you got a family member in town or not.
Same with Nikki's son. Like Nikki is a
You talking about
premier character
Dylan?
on the show. Yep, Nikki's son Dylan. He was around for a few years, and then now he's gone. So yeah, even anchoring people doesn't keep them around.
Right.
It's just like I said, it's just an easy way for them to come up with another storyline for a character instead of just being creative and thinking of something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, what did you think about Nate and Devon's reaction when they found out from Lily that whole? Because again, like I kind of talked about tomorrow's episode, the 21st on YNR. Devon is not happy about that. This is adding to a lot of what he's saying is bothering him. I mean, it's not Holden's fault. Stephanie brought this,
Yeah.
besides Malcolm being sick and looking for a donor, Stephanie was the one that kept this whole thing under wraps for so long.
Yeah.
Devon's jealous.
Yeah,
because
he's got zero reason.
Right. I mean, that doesn't change the fact that Lily sees him as her brother, that they're brothers. He was adopted. They're family. I think he's jealous of the fact that she has this blood tie to Holden.
Okay.
And she might lean more towards him because keep in mind, 2 years ago, Lily said she don't even trust Devon. So once she kind of gets to know Holden and warms up to him, since that's her family, she could kind of put Devon in the back burner, so maybe he might be sensing that. But he has no reason to be jealous. I mean, it's DNA. He can't fight DNA, no matter how much money he has.
And I don't even think Lily would do that to him, honestly.
Right.
I don't think she would backburn Devon just because she's got a bio relative now.
Right.
Devon is just being his usual. First of all, have no reason to even dislike Holden, other than the fact that he came to town a year ago and was deceptive about who he was initially, because he was trying to help
working
Damien
for
out.
Kane. That was the other thing that Devon didn't like.
Yeah, and it's like, who cares? Like, that's why you guys are mad at this guy? So he has no real reason to dislike Holden in the first place. But
right,
I definitely see them. Why
like, because remember when Holden was antagonizing Nate about Audra and talking about how they dated and how they had a deep connection, and they completely scrapped that idea, and all of a sudden they know each other like that. He was just a bartender and she was just this girl who got a cashier's check. They completely screwed up that writing.
Yeah, I do remember he was thirsting after Audra forever.
Yes.
Which was annoying.
Right.
Oh, quick thing in the chat. See Shopper 1346, but who can Lily trust? Victor. She's still hanging her hat that she's going to get Chancellor at the end of this.
Yep. She definitely put her trust in Victor like a fool.
I mean, if we being real, Devon should be the one that never trusts Lily, even before the kidnapping thing, because of the way that she acted during that whole storyline when she was working for Chancellor.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Lily
Yep.
had zero reason to not trust Devon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the fact that she still was trying to sink her teeth into getting Chancellor, that she faked her own kidnapping with her kids, had this man worried, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden want to say, like, oh, it's for me and Devon. No,
No,
that
it's
wasn't
for
your
you.
motivation.
I don't
Nope.
even need that company.
Nope. Nope. And that's what Devon told her. We don't need that. We got plenty of money over here. What we need that for?
Mm-hmm.
No, you want to run Chancellor because you wanted it when Billy took it from you. This all goes
Mm-hmm.
back to that. She's mad that she lost Chancellor. Well, and then of course Victor and Nikki got it back. But yeah, that whole thing, it's like, mm-mm. Um, but all this obviously we saw the conversation between Stephanie and Nate, his mom and her are, I guess, acquaintances. I don't know if they're friends because she said they don't talk as much as they should, but um,
I guess.
they
I
have
mean,
conversations or whatnot. But I'm surprised. I mean, that Vivica is sticking around a little bit longer.
yeah, and Shamar Moore, he's already filmed more episodes, so I guess we're gonna see everything through. We know the result of this already, so
They better what?
Well, the spoiler. So there's a spoiler. I think Wednesday that Kane makes a sacrifice for Lily, and
mm-hmm.
Oh,
being that
okay.
them kids are not a match.
Yep.
Okay.
Just like
I
I
thought
was
you was gonna
saying a week
say
ago, I
they
said
were
it'd be
gonna get
something
rid
if
of them.
Kane ends up being a donor,
Mm-hmm.
and that
As
will
long as they
redeem
not
him. What you say, Keish?
as long as they not about to unalive my man's
Who?
Shamar.
Oh,
Malcolm.
Shamar.
Because I thought that's what you was getting ready to say.
No,
Oh, no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm. And they said, who can trust Lily? I wouldn't trust Lily. I don't think Devon trusts Lily at all either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So more than likely, this is how to redeem, I guess, Kane in Lily's eyes. You know, with this whole thing, I don't think it's gonna stop Victor for what he has planned.
Of
But
course not.
yeah. Anyway. All right. Then we got Sally being pregnant. Sally finds out that she's pregnant. She's kind of worried about the pregnancy because of what happened with the pregnancy she had with Adam.
Yeah.
And she's also concerned about him that, if she happened to not carry to term, will this bring up or trigger him about Delia?
Mm.
Mm.
So I don't know. What are y'all thoughts on this? That you think they're gonna actually write a pregnancy in full term for
I'm
Sally?
annoyed.
You annoyed? Did you
Um,
say you
I'm a
annoyed?
yes.
Okay, go ahead, expound.
Billy does not need another child and another baby mama.
How many is that? Chelsea. Well, that was great.
He's got two.
He's
Yeah,
got
he's
two.
got Chelsea and Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And then,
I'm
well,
happy for Sally being if because I feel like this time they have to allow her to carry the baby to term. Like they can't put Sally through another
miscarriage.
miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Billy of all people, like this is who you guys have a baby with. Come on. So I don't know. I'm annoyed by that.
I was surprised they still kept these two together. We were hoping for a breakup, but I guess not.
I mean, how old is his oldest? What are they? Fifth? How old is Johnny?
They're
They're in high school at
teenagers.
least.
Like 16?
Yeah, because Lucy, she's 16, 17. So that means Katie's about the same age. And
Right.
Johnny, he's probably almost out of high school. Like these are big kids.
And now you starting all over again, Billy boy.
Do you guys think she's pregnant?
Well, they did double test it, so.
But you can also get a false positive on a pregnancy test if
Right.
there's
And I
a
think,
different underlying issue.
right, I understand. And I think that's why they ended up doing a second pregnancy test to see, to make sure that the first one wasn't off.
Yeah, but like if there's something going on internally that can change like your hormone levels, it could trigger a false pregnancy
So
test.
you think
Like
maybe it's something else. You don't think she's pregnant. You think something else is going on with her.
I will believe it when she goes to the doctor.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I agree, Medora. She said there's no fire between Billy and Sally, not even a spark.
They have had more breakups, more arguments, all this pettiness back and forth. This is not a couple I personally would root for, but they're better than most and we see it on screen.
Mm-hmm.
But does this mean we're gonna get another Abbott wedding? Because he don't need no more ex-wives either.
Well, see, and that all depends on, because well, I guess Phyllis is the key to that, because if Phyllis get back to company, then Victor won't go after any of them. So what that tells me is, I guess Phyllis probably get back that company. She don't go to jail, which means Billy and Kane doesn't either. Kane is about to be a donor, it seems, and Billy's about to be a father. So I would assume that, I guess so.
So wah, wah, a bunch of just a bunch of things we can sink our teeth into.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess we'll see if they'll, if she's pregnant or not. If it's like you say, Bree, something else is going on with her. Or if she actually is pregnant and gonna carry the baby to term, and her and Billy got a kid and might get another Abbott wedding.
yeah, Billy don't need no more ex-wives. I mean, I would love for Sally to get married and have a baby, but not with this man. I'm just saying,
Right.
like it just doesn't work for me. And Miss V Young 444, she said that's her couple. I respect that. I just personally don't see them as a like a super couple or anything like that. Like a lot of their issues were because of Sally's attitude for the most part.
Yeah.
So it's hard to root for.
C Shopper 1346, I agree with you. She said Adam and Sally were a great couple. They were. Until they screwed all that up. When they allowed Chloe to come in the middle of them two back in 2022, because they was on their way back together, and then they threw Nick in the middle of this mess with him and Sally. The baby came out of this. They put them together only to break them up with Chelsea and Adam cheating on them.
Yeah, that was so dumb. And I think Sally and Audrey kind of touched on it a little bit. She was like, you were with Nick at that time too. Sally's like, oh, it was complicated. No, ma'am, it was more than complicated. You were going back and forth, literally back and forth with these men.
Do you think that the actors' personal lives have anything to do with how they may pivot on storylines sometimes? Because I can't remember what their relationship status was when they were dating outside of the show.
Oh yeah, Adam and Sally was dating.
Like, yeah, it seemed like, because they were a fire couple, and it seemed like they just pivoted to breaking them up on the show. For what reason? I don't know. I always wonder. Like, I wonder if their personal lives played into. I don't think that they were. I can't remember if they were broken up yet when they broke up.
The actors were broken up, and they still carried on with Sally and Adam as a couple.
Okay.
So they had moved on with other people for several months, and then they decided to break Adam and Sally up for whatever reason. But also keep in mind Mark Grossman was also dating Sharon Case
Right.
at one time,
And
and
they kept teasing us with that too on screen,
mhm.
and never
So,
went through with it.
So they, like, I think that, it happens. I personally wouldn't date any of my coworkers. It's just too messy for
Remind
me.
me to when we get off the call on to kind of ask y'all something in the group chat. I don't want to do it here, but I've been seeing something very interesting. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note of that too.
Okay.
But yeah, he's dated them, and sometimes the coworkers they break up and they make up, and they signed a contract with CBS to do a job, so if they don't like their job, they can quit. So they kind of had no choice, but they were. What's the actress name who plays Sally? I can't remember her name.
Hope.
Courtney Hope.
Yeah, Courtney and Mark, they were already broken up. And they still had to kind of carry on as a couple. So I think that's why that intense scene that we got when she was like talking about him cheating, it felt a little too real to me.
Oh my God.
It did. I think we talked about it in the group chat. That was more than acting. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to see how far they're gonna take this with her being pregnant. She just start. What? Okay, so then I'm curious about this part because the part of Newman Media is already wrapped up into her company. With Victor on this whole role, is he gonna go after Newman Media?
Probably.
She probably gonna have to get that back.
Oh, she 1000% giving that company up to Victor.
Especially if he threatened Billy the same way he tried to threaten Phyllis.
Right.
So
yeah, there's no hope for her in keeping Newman Media, in my opinion. And she's with Billy at that.
Right.
Somebody that Victor hates. No.
Yeah.
And that's who she got the company from. Yeah.
Yeah,
she
he
can
gifted it to her.
And he never really liked Sally in the first place.
Right. Exactly. Or Phyllis might come and tell him, you got to give it back, or else he gonna throw us in jail. He got proof of all of this whole AI program he built is totally different from what Kane built. So, and then we gotta talk about Jack, Diane, and Nikki, and Victor.
These fools.
Diane get on my nerves.
Yeah, I'm so sick of the victim shaming. Like, she's.
I mean, even how it's like, who wrote this? That whole thing that happened at the GCAC where she applauded Victor for saying, thank you for really showing me my husband's character. I
just knew when Tracy kind of read her down about the things that she had done to Jack in the past and was forgiven for, that was going to maybe change her perspective a little bit and start easing up. I thought
so too.
But
nope.
Jenna, you were right about Diane.
Jenna and Trish. Trish was liking the comments that I put in there about Diane.
Like, we try to give her a chance, but
right, because I really started loosening up on that. Like, I actually liked her and Jack together.
Me
after
too.
A while.
Me too. I agree. Jenna, you were right, girl. We gotta give you your flowers.
All of them, because Diane is showing exactly who she is. This man is giving her everything. This man tore up a whole prenup. He a whole billionaire tore up a whole prenup because he put all that faith in her, and was raising their child by himself because she decided to fake her own aliving and sell real estate in LA.
Taylor Jensen.
Yeah. Oh, that was her name. Exactly. And just committing crimes for this woman. She was not even qualified to work at Jabot, and put her in a CEO position. And he had other people didn't even want to work with her. He stood by his wife, knowing she was not qualified. And this is what you do. And then also took that shell company and turned it into something that she can work on and profit from.
Yes,
and have a
Glissade.
profit.
What is it called?
Jabot Classic.
Yep.
And she lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion. Does not have to pay not one bill.
That he allowed her to redecorate.
Yes. His family home. So she can feel like she's a part of the family. But here's a moment where he needs his wife. And the fact that you turn to the man who put your husband in that position and say, you were right about Jack this whole time.
Yeah.
She disgusts
me.
me.
God, that was horrible. He was the one that facilitated the entire thing. And you thank this man after everything? He blackmailed you, Billy, and your son, saying that you will never see Jack again unless you give me Chancellor back. He put this man, knocked him out at Jabot, put him in a car, took him to Lake Michigan, dropped him on the boat. The only person that could have got Patty out of prison was him.
Yeah.
And you thank him? Girl, if that ain't no psychological, oof.
And then you got the other two fools, Jack and Nikki, talking about we should make Victor and Diane jealous.
Girl.
They already are. Mm-hmm. For a couple of years now. Why do you think Victor is moving the way he is?
Everybody just dumb in this situation.
It's just dumb. You're right, Keish.
I understand, and let me be very clear, because I know there's some fans who likes to write in the show, and we're just saying our piece. And we have every right to, saying what you guys have every right to, but there has to be a certain level of intelligence. These are supposed to represent the elite, multimillionaires, billionaires, and they have to have a common sense to move about the world a certain type of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have everyone move wonky. I understand this is so, but why are they writing people, every one of your characters, to be this dumb?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the men, I'm sorry, are not all that masculine on the show.
Oh, God. Jesus. Holden, Kane. Oh, God. The list goes on. Michael. He
worships a whole other guy and completely disregards his wife. And you have, if they're not painted as weak, they're painted as the enemy for something they did not do. With Jack, you got Devon trying to defend his family. You got Jack, who was SA'd. And then you got people who are written to be weak on the show, like Kane.
Oh, God, yeah, that was terrible. Bringing that man back here like this, and now he has basically nothing. But, I mean, obviously they're going to redeem him by sacrificing bone marrow for Lily.
And that's if she even gives him the opportunity. He might do it, and he still might be stuck in the same place, knowing her.
Well, just because you helped my father, don't erase everything else you've done.
Exactly. Exactly.
Her self-righteous self.
Yeah. Because she hasn't proved that she has changed or grown as a person either. There has to be some level of growth. We have to see certain storylines and certain characters progress a certain way. Like the fact that Victor's about to get his companies back in a matter of a couple of months. Where is the character development?
Exactly.
He should have been trying to outsmart Phyllis for months, and then maybe November sweeps, he get his companies back. It should have, they could have wrote it to make this more interesting, because it's very rare this man falls. I don't know what.
No, Jenna wanted us to read her comment. She said Victor can go after Jack with Diane helping him do it the same way he's going after Phyllis.
Well, I think what she's probably going to end up doing with Victor talking her ear is she's probably going to go after half of Jack's company and the fortune, the house. I think this is going to be a nasty divorce.
This is insane. If they go this route, this is like who are you that wrote this? I mean, the thing is, the person that you truly need to be worried about is Nikki, not Patty.
Right. Mm-hmm. And why is she still there?
What really made no sense to me was when Patty showed up at the Abbott mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And was not swiftly either arrested or at least just kicked out of the house. Like, why are you standing there letting that woman talk? Right. Why did you let her in the house in the first place?
Yes. Like,
everything was just being goofy.
Mm-hmm. And there's never, these are rich people, there's never security. They got multi-million-dollar mansions. If we were to hop in through the TV screen, we could have been in one of the wings and they not know about it. Like, that's how goofy they are with this.
Yeah, I mean, because there is a spoiler coming up this week saying that Diane is going to catch Nikki and Jack in a compromising position. So it's like, Diane, you was so pissed off about what you thought you saw on a boat. Well, this right here has been happening under your nose for the last 2 years. That girl has been calling your husband anytime, any day, any night, and you took a back seat and said, well, okay, I know she's struggling, so, I know you're not going to... Interrupting, like you said, Brie, Valentine's Day.
Yep.
But you did nothing with that. Nikki been playing in your face for 2 years. But you worried about Patty and you ready to throw away everything. Interesting thing is, you can't talk to Jack. You can't even live with him, but you want to work in that company.
Right. So you can live in his house, funk up his air, and then drive the car that he probably paid for and go to his family company.
Yeah, she won't quit that job, though.
Mm-hmm. Because where else she gonna go? Mm-hmm. That she's qualified for.
Right. You getting paid on an Abbott check, but you don't want to live with the Abbotts. Okay.
No experience.
Right.
Like, they are literally winging it with you, and you're getting a C-suite salary in the process.
Yep.
But you can't give this man the benefit of the doubt. Girl, bye. You can miss me with that.
Girl, wait a minute. Tracy, I got to get... Tracy, man, like I said last time, Tracy getting star of the week today because she told Diane the straight facts and left her standing there. Oh, you always going to hold that over my head. Well, they didn't. They forgave you for it. Who cares about the rest of the Genoa City residents? The people that matter, your son and your husband, forgave you for it.
Yep. And they're just asking for a little bit of grace. Your son is even trying to plead with you. Like, poor Kyle, he's trying to make it make sense for his mother. He already out there arguing with Victoria with her nonsense, and it's just.
Yeah,
I feel
that
for
whole
Jack.
thing is
That's
crazy
just
I loved when
because
he
that
told Victoria.
conversation that Kyle had with Victoria, was that what you about to talk about, Keish?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I loved when he told Victoria, don't try to what did he say? Don't try to he didn't say bond or sympathize. I can't remember what word he used, but basically like don't try to act like we in the same boat here. Like, you know why my parents are broken up, and it had to do with your father. And it's also your father's fault that your mom is not living in the house with him anymore. Talking about, oh, I know how it feels. Girl, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she was like, "Well, who was that? He was drug. Oh, well, he said he was." I'm like, "Wow."
Ooh. Ooh.
Victoria's going to get several seats, if not that Lily Winters Award, because she's going to be even a hot mess tomorrow, too.
And I'm still trying to understand why she's being that nasty about this. This is Jack, who has done nothing to her father. He's done nothing to them.
Nope.
And it was just last year, she was trying to protect her daughter and protect her relationship from Victor because he was trying to come in between them. And also, she knew about Victor trying to go after Jabot too, which would have also affected her daughter's relationship. And now she's acting oblivious, like, oh, well, you'll be fine. It's okay. Well, what Jack did is on his own merit. And can't blame my daddy for it.
Well, remember, like you guys was just saying, Jack hasn't done anything. And you're correct about that. But what Victoria said is, well, he's just upset because he lost his company, and this is why he's doing this. Your daddy got a choice. He's choosing to do this because he's just butthurt.
And this is a missed opportunity for the writers that Victor is able to get away with basically everything, all of these crimes, and no repercussions.
Yep.
I want him to push the wrong button and really pay for it. And that's what I was hoping they would do with the storyline with Phyllis. And they dropped the ball with this.
They weren't going to let Phyllis walk away with that girl.
And
get that.
Roger H. would have really fell into that Tucker McCall role and could have released the AI software. He could have really made Victor eat the choices that he's made. And we need someone who can actually go up against Victor, because I think that is something that this show is missing, that element. Because they have Victor win 99% of the time, and eventually that gets old, it gets boring, it gets stale, and that's how you lose your viewers. So
well, that's the thing, is they actually do have a character that can go up against Victor. They just refuse to allow Jack to effectively do that. They have characters that can do it. They just, it doesn't matter who they bring on here. They could bring Tucker back, but the fact that the writer or the showrunner has already stated that Victor will never lose, it won't matter what other character they bring on here to rival him, because Victor is always going to come out on top. So that's what the problem is. It's not that they don't have characters that could do it. They just won't write the characters to do it.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
There's been different people that came up against Victor, and in the end, it's always him. You know, so it is what it is. Did we cover everything on Y&R?
Yeah, we did. That mess.
Okay.
Was it last week when what's his name?
Who?
When Holden's mom checked Audra?
Oh, she checked her twice.
Yeah, it was twice.
Yeah.
Because it was the week before, and then she did it again, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Audra straighten up so quick in the entire time that she's been on this show. until
Sure.
that happened.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. That's the only thing Stephanie did right.
Yep. So, yeah. So yeah, just y'all when you get a chance, Bree. I know it should be. It is up. You get a chance to watch tomorrow's episode.
Okay. I got you.
There are some parts like that whole thing with Christine, because there was a lot of rumors, and let me dispel that. So there was a lot of
Please.
rumors that was going on talking about Christine being pregnant. That's what this surprise that they thought it was. No, she's going to
I
be
saw that.
the new DA because the other DA is leaving. So Michael recommended her to be the new DA in town. So, and she's trying to negotiate with her husband to have more time in Genoa City, and he's thinking about cutting back on some of his tours. So no pregnancy, people.
They really, they were trying to name her baby.
That is insane.
Oh Lord.
I mean,
And I'm like,
Daniel is like 40, isn't he?
yes. And I'm like, and it's no shade to Christine, but I'm like, could she? Is it like, how? Because they keep saying Sheila's going to get pregnant. Whoever keeps saying
I
that.
don't know why they keep thinking Sheila gonna get pregnant. What? Where y'all getting this from?
Like, she had a grown granddaughter.
Yeah,
She,
girl.
I don't know. I was just like, okay. They were really saying that that Christine was pregnant. I'm like,
Yeah, she's 57. In real life, Laura Lee Bell is 57 years old.
I understand there's miracles. I've
Yeah,
heard
but
difference, but
yeah, so I
yeah.
hate to bust the bubbles, y'all naming, coming up with names and all of this stuff. Yes, they just recently got married, but they're an older couple. No, she got a new DA job. Spoiler alert. There you go.
Trying to name the baby Blair, and
Wow.
after Danny's sister, because she believed in their relationship. Like, there was a Reddit thing that had like the different baby names and the reasons as to why. I was like, okay, well,
That's crazy. I can't believe they were coming up with names. I heard about all the pregnancy rumors, but sheesh, names and stuff?
Reddit is my favorite
That
place
is
to go because
hilarious.
you get to see like the thought process of some folks, and I'm like, God bless y'all. Keep hope alive, I guess.
All right. Well, let's move it along. We got to go over the bold. We had a lot of Ivy, all of the kids stuff this week. We did get a little bit of Brooke confronting Katie about them doggone designs and stuff, and it's like, girl, why you keep saying that she didn't steal anything? Matter of fact, let's go get that out the way since that was a small part.
Yeah. They act as if there's no such thing as intellectual property.
Right.
Eric went willingly, which he admitted to doing. Mm-hmm. He admitted that he wanted to stick it to Ridge and to Brooke and to make everyone pay. He went there willingly. Mm-hmm. He had the designs on deck and said, I want this to be part of your first collection. Mm-hmm. He collected a check. We don't hear anything about Eric trying to give his check back.
Right.
So you pay for, you offer a service, you get paid for it, they get to use that, they get to use the design. So what is so complicated about that?
They got to find a reason to point the finger and blame somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
But see, here's what I don't understand, y'all. I mean, we saw that scene when they were at Eric's house when, he had the little episode. And Ridge went upstairs to have a conversation with him, and he
Mm-hmm.
recognized he went wrong. He even got home to Brooks, told Brooke, yeah, it's our fault. Why are we still talking about thievery?
Right.
Y'all already
Things that
acknowledged
don't make
this.
sense.
What you say?
I said all the things that don't make sense with this storyline.
It doesn't. And I mean, for Ridge to come to an awakening, I was actually shocked. I'm like, what? He taking accountability? Yeah, Pops, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pushed you out of the company when you wasn't ready to go and blah, blah, blah. And tell Brooke, yeah, we did this. We the one pushed him away. He went over there
Mm-hmm.
because of us. And then we still circling back to what they doing over there at Spencer.
It is
And
so dumb.
and my thing is, again, this is something that we could still have as a storyline where there's still um, heart feelings and contention between Brooke and Katie without adding the fact or without adding that dialogue of you stole this, you're wrong for this, blah blah blah. Like they can still, Ridge and Brooke can still acknowledge that he drove Eric out of the company and this was the result of it. And Brooke and Katie can still, or Brooke can still be annoyed or mad at Katie because she has decided to still use the designs instead of giving them back to Eric. Like we don't need Brooke to say that she stole anything or
Mm-hmm.
to act like the conversation never happened where her and Ridge acknowledged that Eric was driven out of the company. But for whatever reason,
Yeah.
Wow.
they want to act like none of that happened.
Girl, that's crazy. It's like,
And
go ahead.
I was going to say, like, they Foresters had actual designs stolen from them. Eric just he gave all of them. You can't even compare the two. And she sounds stupid. And I figured who said it in here. I think it was Brooklyn Renna. She said she always thought Eric was always a slime. And I agree with that too, because that's the only other person who's not saying anything. He owes Katie an apology because now she's made out to be this villain, which I knew was going to happen. And he's trying to play this whole victim card when she didn't even seek after this man.
Right.
He volunteered.
He sure did.
And the fact that he's perfectly fine with Brooke and Ridge running this narrative that she's this evil person and that she stole his designs and she's taking advantage of this older man. This older man has stressed that he is fully capable of making his decisions and to do what he wants to do. He got the full tank of gas and he's still got to, showcase what he has. And all of a sudden, now you're back over there at Forrester's with your son, and now you want to hide behind them. He's always been slithering and slime, and he did it every time he was cheating, trying to hide behind a woman's skirt, and he's doing it behind a ridge now, trying to get out of his decision that he made himself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And this is why Stephanie always had to be the masculine one.
Yeah, I just, this whole thing is just, it's just crazy to me. And obviously it's meant to antagonize the people watching because it just doesn't make sense. They keep using stole, how could you, thievery, and all this sort of kind of stuff when that man walked his butt into that office. She was talking to Deke at first. And then Eric walked his butt over there and like, listen, I want to do this for you because don't nobody care about me over there. They kicked me to the curb, and I still want to design. Would you allow me to do this for you? And he was the one that said, keep it a secret. I don't want nobody to know. And you over there stressing your butt out. You almost had a whole episode to get this line together for Katie, and then you gonna say it was stolen from you? Man, please.
Yeah.
If I was Don, I'd be looking at him like, wait, what?
And where is she at?
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows. Like, she could have cleared everything up with both of her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
but of course she's gone missing over there playing pickleball or something. Who knows what she's doing?
Yeah, she's staying out the way when she could clear all this mess up. She should be able to
Exactly.
tell Brooke, like, listen, you weren't there. Y'all kicked him to the curb. He went over to them. I tried to stop him. He didn't want to stop. He wanted to do this for her. But she's mysteriously not on screen. So,
That's the thing about it though, is Donna don't even have to clear it up because Eric told them all this.
mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying is that they're trying to look at him as poor Eric, when Donna,
Mm-hmm.
who's the sister between these two women, should be like, listen, let me just let you know what went down. Brooke, I know you
Mm-hmm.
mad, but this is on him. He chose to help Katie. Katie didn't take nothing from him. I tried to tell him, but he ain't listen to me.
Mm-hmm. You
And
know Donna
she
ain't gonna do that.
But no, of
and
course
she
not.
Not against her
we
hubby.
we like somebody said in the chat. They said we should be able to write the soaps.
I would love to. We know they're listening. We would love to give our feedback, help you guys out with some storylines, but
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Donna could have defended Katie. This could have
Mm-hmm.
been the moment she could actually, for once, defend Katie,
Mm-hmm.
because she has always taken Brooke's side. She likes to straddle the fence, but leans to Brooke's side all the time. But she's okay also with running with this narrative that Katie did this, Katie did that, and she could have cleared this up a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Donna ain't gonna go against her honey bear too.
Yeah, that's true
It's not
too.
even going against him, because prior to her being married, she's sisters with these women. They're blood related. Like, that should at least take some sort of precedence. Your husband was wrong for what he did, and he's painting this narrative of your sister
Mm-hmm.
as being this evil person.
Mm-hmm.
You can still be there for your husband and still take up for your sister.
But when has she ever done that? That's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. We know Donna is not gonna do that.
Mm-mm.
She is going to be Team Eric, and then it's even a bigger bonus that it's also Brooke, because her sisters never go against her.
Nope.
That's so pitiful.
Yeah.
Javon Atkins 77 said, did Eric even speak to her directly about wanting Katie to not use the designs, like you said, give the check back? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hasn't even had a conversation with them directly, I think, since like the preview, and I think before that, since she revealed everything at his house. Didn't even, because I think Katie said, like, he hasn't called me, he hasn't said anything about me, check on me, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So he completely ghosted her, which that is foul, but that's how Eric has always been.
Mm-hmm.
He loves playing the victim card, and then taking a backseat and letting somebody kind of run with things. So Eric gets a seat, even though he wasn't on screen. He gets a seat for how he's treated Katie.
Mm-hmm. I got you. All right, y'all had enough to say on Brooke and Katie. It was only a small snippet of that this week.
Yeah.
All right, we got to unpack the rest of this drama with Will, RJ, Ivy, Electra, Dylan, and we didn't. Well, we did get a little bit of Dylan last week, didn't we? Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm gonna talk about Daphne a little bit because I don't know, but where do we start with this? Because these dudes were fighting last week. They went to blows in the CEO office. And then almost again in the studio over this girl.
I'm like, is she even worth that to either one of y'all? I mean, y'all are kids. It's not that deep. And they're acting as if, once again, they're not cousins. Right. Like, even with the dialogue in today's episode, like, they're trying to just hit each other where it hurts, as if they're not family. And that's just weird to me, because they love to stress who's related to who so much. Mm-hmm. But here's two guys who are actually blood related. Mm-hmm. And they're acting like complete and total strangers.
Yeah.
It's more so RJ. I feel like today was the first time that Will kind of fed into that, but it's been mainly RJ to
Yeah.
begin with
And the thing
that
is,
has acted
it's
on.
almost like he been with her already. It's like, dude, you, are you that thirsty?
I guess so.
You would think that Will like full out cheated on
Right.
Electra, was verbally abusive to her, was just very, just like disrespectful to their relationship. The
Mm-hmm.
way that RJ talks about, well, he treats her so badly. It's just so wrong what he's done to her. Like, RJ, you don't even know the full story.
All he know is the necklace was left and he didn't read a letter. What
Mm-hmm.
is so heartbreaking about him? I mean, y'all in the age where y'all text everybody. It was stupid of her to leave a letter in the first place, and she even acknowledged that in today's episode. I should have just
Yeah.
texted him. No kidding, Electra.
And he's also hanging his hat on the fact that he allowed Dylan to live with him.
And he talking about how dare you do some of the things that you was doing. These two have been locking lips. She
Right.
was mad at Dylan for walking around in a bikini, but so were you at Eric's house with him. That man wanted to see you in the pool with nothing on. Because remember, he
Mm-hmm.
was recommending skinny dipping.
Yep.
And that was extra thirsty, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm like,
Oh, well, RJ has been doing the absolute most.
Yes, he has.
I,
Yeah,
I
tell
think
him
they all
Aisha,
are.
Aisha Phil 305 say yes, RJ need to take several seats.
He is doing too much, trying to get Will and Dylan fired. And I'm like, you don't even know this
Yep.
girl.
Right.
You
And I
he
get the
every
whole. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say like, and he even knows that she was homeless. She finally got a good job, and you want to kick her when she's down and kick her out the company over Electra.
Yeah, well, I seen a snippet from tomorrow's episode. He ain't done, and Ivy ain't either.
Mm-hmm. I saw that little
You
snippet
saw
too.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing with me with this entire storyline is a lot of this drama started based on the fact that not Ivy, Dylan was homeless,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Electra was the one who had the right idea to have her move in with Will. And it was like the moment that happened, the very next episode or the very next week, her attitude flipped on Dylan because of the whole thing about Will gave her her portion of the dinner that he made for her.
Oh
That
yeah.
teriyaki chicken or something. That was
Yeah,
her favorite
yeah.
dish that he
Right.
cooks.
Mm-hmm.
And she got in electric or Dylan's face about crossing the line and stuff like that. And it's like this girl you begged Will to have this girl stay in her house because she's homeless. And this entire for weeks after that, it's just been Electra whining and crying about
Mm-hmm.
her love life and how which Dylan actually had not done, how her best friend was trying to move in on her boyfriend, and now she wants Dylan to go back to the streets and be homeless, all because her feelings are hurt and she feels like she's trying to steal her man from her. And it's like it's been very to me, Electra has been extremely um out of
Childish.
out of touch, yes,
Yeah.
childish, kind of tone deaf in a way,
Mm-hmm.
because you're whining about your love life and this girl is literally fighting for survival. Trying to find a job. She was eating out of dumpsters at one point. And it's like I don't know if the show wanted us to take sides or to feel sorry for Electra at some point, but at no point in this story was Electra ever relatable. Did I ever feel sorry for her, or did I ever feel like she had been dealt a bad hand in this situation? Like
I
she
mean,
was extremely unlikable in this whole
yeah.
thing.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is that on some parts of soap social media, they did not like Dylan. They thought that she was the problem.
Yeah,
And
I have seen people that have felt
mm,
like that, and it would be one thing if Dylan was in there, plotting against Electra, plotting on trying to break them up and lying to Will and planting, certain scenarios to try to make it look like Will was cheating on her. If she was doing Amber like stuff, I would get it.
mm-hmm.
And it would be justified.
Yeah. But Dylan, excuse me, did none of that. And she didn't kiss Will until after they broke up. And by that point, Electra had already made it clear that they weren't friends anymore because she was pissed at her.
Yeah, it was that girl was moving foul. I mean, like you said, tone deaf. Dylan was explaining her struggle, and she was like, "Yeah, but how? What about my feelings?"
What
And
about me?
and yeah, exactly. And then it was something. You tell us you done broke up with this man. RJ done kissed you several times. You've been dancing around your bikini and with RJ. There's even though Ivy circulated the photo, you still willingly took that photo with RJ. There would be no photo to circulate if you didn't take it. And then you tell him, I need you, before all this stuff come out. She told Will last week, I'm going to need you to get Dylan out your house. He
Yeah.
did it. They were already broke. Why do you care? You're broken up.
Yeah, and the part that gets me is about this check. Okay, now you got your first paycheck. Now you're gonna do what you promised, and you're going to leave. You guys are together. It doesn't matter. You made a promise, and we're not gonna be friends after the fact either. So why are you so pressed? And this is how she's really tone deaf because they live in LA. Who do you know is able to pay first month's, last month's for an apartment in LA?
What apartment complex do you know that would even accept someone moving into the apartment off of one paycheck?
Right. You got to have rental history or job history.
Right.
Not a good one. That's all I can say. She gonna really be on the outskirts in some deplorable conditions,
and still broke up with Will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that man came back and said Dylan is gone, blah blah blah, and she was like, maybe it's a little too late. It's like, okay, now you toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you cannot dictate how this girl's going to spend her money. That's her money. That's her check, and she has to appease you. And who are you? You were perfectly fine with this girl going back on the street because you were in your feelings about her even being there. You invited her to be there.
Wait a minute,
I completely forgot about that.
I gotta read some of these comments, girl.
Go for it.
Wait, it says Miss V Young said, all I want to know was how much was that check, because Javon Atkins said one paycheck doesn't even cover the application fee and the deposits.
Okay. Because if it's that good, we all need job applications.
And it depends on, it depends on your credit, because if your credit ain't all that good, then guess what happens? That deposit goes up.
Right. And you have to show like some form of income, at least a couple of paychecks. And plus, can this girl eat? Can she pay for her meals? Can she get some clothes?
Furniture?
Can she stack up and get some money get some furniture together? Like,
one check. Because she working as a receptionist. On average, what would a receptionist job in LA pay? And I know cost of living in LA is really high. Ridiculous. So even if they pay $25 an hour for a receptionist job, it's the cost of living to eat that up. And I mean, she ain't worked but what, a week or two?
Yeah.
So you talking about maybe a good $6, depending on the taxes, a good $1,500-$1,600 she walking out with.
I mean, it's not. it ain't that much.
Right.
Not enough to leave. And for Electra to think like, oh, well, you have your first check. So what are your checks looking like, Electra? Because I guarantee it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
While she's playing, she done lost all of her marbles. She literally thinks she's in a Disney movie for real. I mean, this girl was crying about teriyaki chicken. I mean, what did this man put in that teriyaki chicken? You wanted to rip this girl apart. And now she can't even wear a bikini, and he has a whole beach house. He on the beach. She can't shower.
But she's doing this because those two men are giving her the energy to do it. He's fighting. This one want her. So she's there's a level of entitlement there. They both are checking for her.
Yeah, it's just at one point I'm like, this girl who's playing this role, what's her name, McKenna Grace or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, she has this ridiculous
like
sounds.
What'd you say?
McKenna Grace is the actress that used to be on Y&R that played Faith.
Yeah. That's right. My bad. I'm terrible with names, but it's going to be at least once
Lord.
every podcast episode. But this, I'm not even going to say her name. The girl who plays Electra, like, she has to be reading this and like, this is insane. But she's playing it to a T. She's playing spoiled,
she sounds spoiled, whiny, bratish.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's annoying. All she does is cries.
She cried about teriyaki chicken, y'all.
Yes. She cried about everything. She cried that the girl is staying there. She cried that she's not there. He didn't move out quick enough. You should have did it when I asked you 2 months ago. But now I want you to do it now. Now she gone. I still don't know if I want to be with you. Girl, bye. Girl.
And then talking about it's her world.
And this man here, I'm sorry. I'm like, man, stay tough. They won't call her out. He saw her kiss this man. You won't call her out? She's talking all type of trash to you. But you won't say, well, what about them kisses that you were doing with RJ?
I feel like they're trying to I don't know if rewriting is the right thing to say, but because every time that she's talked about it since it's happened, she talks about it like, well, I didn't want that to happen. I was upset about that because she told Ivy she was upset about it. And like you said, they won't let Will actually call her out.
He'll hint around it, Keish, like we all did some things we ain't supposed to do, and she was looking at him like a deer in headlights. You know what he talking about?
I just don't understand why they, won't let him just say it. Like, why do they keep having him tap dance around this?
Exactly. Even Dylan tap danced around it when they had a confrontation a few weeks ago.
But it's hard to even talk to Electra. She is like a 10-year-old child at this point. And I understand that no woman wants another woman around her man. I do get that. But you invited your friend to live at your boyfriend's house, and you live on a whole estate where there's nothing but rooms, a pool, concierge, like you could, if that was your real friend, you would have brought her to where you're at.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the plot hole in this storyline.
Right.
Is why did they never have Electra, even from the beginning? Why did Electra not have Dylan come and live with her? They needed to establish a better reason for why Electra was at Will's house and why she couldn't go stay at Eric's with not Electra. Yeah, sorry. I mean, it just why Dylan was at Will's house and why she couldn't go stay at Eric's house. Like, that is the biggest plot hole of this whole thing that does not make sense. Or why she couldn't go live with Finn and Steffi, who, Hayes adores her. She could have been a live-in nanny or something. Like,
The whole thing just don't make sense, Keish. What I don't even live with my boyfriend, but you're going to?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes no
That was the
sense.
biggest. That was the biggest. We are doing this whole thing just for the plot. Um, like it was just ridiculous. It was stupid, very
It was
stupid.
very much
And
so.
everything that has followed since has been even more dumb because every conversation I feel like Electra has with somebody, she is contradicting what she says.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like telling Dylan that she needs to move out of the house or move out of Will's house when her and Will aren't even together. Telling Will or asking Will, "Have you asked her to leave yet?" And they're not together. And then Will does it, and then well, I can't trust you, or it's too late. I think it's just too late for us. Why was you throwing that fit? Why were
Exactly. Is
you
that
just?
girl
It was
toxic? Girl, that is so toxic to me.
yeah. It was kind of like well, I'm not with Will, so I don't want Dylan near him either because we're not together anymore, and
And
I
the
don't want
other,
her to get any of the benefits. And
and
then with the letter, it was like she said that she's basically blaming this whole thing on the fact that that letter didn't get to Will. And it's like everything that has happened since her and Will has broken up has been Will begging her to take him back.
Yep.
So how could you say that because of that letter you didn't think Will wanted you anymore when that man has literally been kissing your feet and kissing your butt, begging you to take him back for weeks now. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been you who has said no.
he has been her shadow for a better part of a year. He has saved her, defended her. He has given her no reason to doubt him. And the moment another woman starts to circle him, all of a sudden she get all these insecurities. Where is this insecurity coming from? There's women at your job right now who continually throw themselves at him. But where is your concern for the women who are trying to ask this man out on dates and to try to pretend to be buddy buddy with you so they can try to see what's going on with him? And he's curbing these girls. A whole billionaire son. And that's the other part that gets me too. He can have 5 girls each and every day of the week because this boy is rolling in money. He don't even need to be at Forrester. He's only there
Yeah,
because of
that's the other
her.
part of the dialogue that I agree with. He don't need to be
Like,
there.
I
like,
agree with it. However, RJ was out of line.
Well, yeah,
I
RJ
mean,
is definitely out of line for trying to get him fired, but he don't belong there. He talking about I'm trying to work my way up the company and stuff. Work your way up to where, Will? To
right.
what?
You get coffee. You make
I still
copies.
don't know what his job is. He said I do a good job here at this company. What is it?
He is super intern.
The
He
way he sounded, he
he
getting paid, Bree. What is he getting paid to do? Interns don't get paid.
he he organizes the paper clips like nobody else. He's gonna make sure that Steffi has her matcha latte ready, hot, searing like no other person. That he doing his job.
Girl,
It's another plot hole that because we don't know what the heck it is that Will does, it lends even more to the fact that him being there makes zero sense.
And he didn't even say what he wanted to do as far as his career. So move up the ladder to do what? Because up the ladder is the C-suite, and he will never get there.
mm-mm. Why would you want to work there? I mean, as much as I don't like what RJ was trying to do with Ivy to get them fired, what he was saying though, it rings true. It's like, why are you there? You were only there because your mother was there. She's no longer there. She's over there with your father. Go on over there and get you a nice little cushy job over there. But I gotta call both of them. He's a simp and Margie is a double simp because it's just like you trying to protect this woman's feelings by getting rid of somebody that worked there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. Well, she feel it's not like I think I don't know if one of you guys said like he was essaying or harassing or doing anything like that. This is a squabble between two people in a relationship. Nobody's doing anything aggressive, right? But the
Right.
way they sound is like, oh, you being around here is hard for Electra. No, Electra's in her feelings because she want to be.
That's why I'm so glad Red shut him down when he was talking to Ridge and Brooke about getting rid of Dylan and Will.
And Ivy, she just got too much time on her hands. Girl, go find you something to do.
Yeah, she's been extra strange within this whole
And
thing.
especially how she talk about RJ. It's like, are you sure you don't want him for yourself?
Yeah, she's acting like it.
Like he's so handsome and he's so muscular and he's so. I'm like, are
Girl.
you in heat? Like I know it's been a minute, but we know the real reason she's mad though. She
Mm.
keeps bringing up these Spencer men. These Spencer men, they never honored their word. These Spencer men are ruthless and this and that. I'm like, oh, Liam did that to you, girl.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, she tried to shoot a shot at the end of last year, and Liam was like, "Yeah, no, I'm
She got
marrying
her
Hope."
feelings hurt.
Yeah.
So, I kind of want to ask y'all a question, and I know I kind of about Daphne. When they
Mm.
brought Daph on to the show, she was a femme fatale character. I remember us, talking about how she come on with that femme fatale attitude. Remember that, Brie?
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem like they changed her?
I won't say that they
Yes.
changed her, but she has no. Her whole reasoning for being there was to lure what's his name Carter away from Hope. So she had to put that act on to try to get him away from her.
But
And now
she
she
had a
has him.
level of confidence that it was like when she walk in the room, she command the room. You got the likes of Ivy threatening her, and you kept your mouth closed. Didn't even tell your husband. It's
Yeah,
just a total
that was stupid for
opposite.
sure.
Yeah. Because I would not be scared of no Ivy. Like it's
Right.
not proper. It's not proper. It's
If
not
I
proper
hear
what you're doing.
if I hear her say that one more time,
It's
she
not
said it like three
proper.
times today.
She sure did.
It's not proper. It's not proper at all. I'm like, I
Yeah,
need a
but it's just
t-shirt.
because I remember us. She just had this confidence that, and I'm not saying that she, yeah, obviously she came in there for that reason, but she also
Mm.
had this level of, I command the room. This is who I am. I have confidence through the roof outside of the seduction piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
But she was moving these past few weeks like she was afraid of Ivy. I'm like, that ain't the
Yeah,
Daphne I know.
yeah. It doesn't make sense that they had her. I, there wasn't even a point of having her involved in this storyline because for as long as she was anyway,
Hmm.
they shouldn't have brought her into the picture until it was time for that closer to the time for that secret to come out. Then she should have somehow found out what Ivy did, and then went to Electra
Hmm.
because it doesn't make sense. Even when she was trying to tell Electra last week about what Ivy did, she still didn't say it. She just
Hmm.
kept hinting around it and saying, "You need to go talk to your aunt. You know, you'll be very unhappy to hear what she has to say." Like she was just hinting around that there was something going on or
Hmm.
something wrong, but she just didn't come out and say it. And it's like, why not just have her say it? Like, why have we been having Daphne, like you said, just sit around and act like she's too scared to bring it up? I just, yeah,
I mean,
I don't
even
understand
the
that part.
conversation that she had with, and I was surprised at Carter because normally Carter is the opposite end, and he put her foot down. I'm telling you, you better not, go stay out of people business. I'm like, oh, now you get a backbone.
And he had the nerve. How about you stay
Yeah,
out
right.
of the women that you were dealing with?
Right.
amongst the company
You get with Daphne and you get a backbone, but with the rest of them, they were having you running around in circles.
with all those women.
Exactly.
And but that was another moment where, why are you not telling him that Ivy is
Thank
doing what
you.
she's
She didn't
doing?
even do that today, Keish.
Yeah. No, I thought she finally did say
All
it
she
was Ivy.
said was that she told Electra that she needed to talk to her aunt. She brought up nothing about Ivy threatening her. And I'm
Yeah,
like, you should have. That was some of the first things that should have came out your mouth. He could have nipped that
right.
in the bud. That's harassment right there. You don't give
Mm-hmm.
another employee threats.
Yeah.
And then, she was like, oh my God, I did something that you told me not to do. I'm like, who is this person?
Yeah, this is a completely different person than I was expecting. Um, like she would have stood up to Ivy, same way she stood
Exactly.
up to Brooke
Mm-hmm.
when it was needed. Like I don't know who they're trying to paint Daphne out to be. I just didn't like that part because I would not be scared of Ivy of all people.
And I would tell my husband, listen, I understand you want me to stay out of folks' business, but that girl right there has been threatening me. I don't know about the other relationship stuff. Okay, they need to figure that out, but you need to go check that chick for threatening me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would not be pressed. And I'm like, you're Steffi's friend?
Right.
Really?
Exactly. That's not the same Daphne that came on the screen that was confident and owned the room.
Yeah,
Something else that had to change for the plot.
Yep.
I guess. They changed a lot of stuff for Daphne. When they did the Michael Fairman interview, a fan had touched on the fact that there was supposed to be a guy from her past that was supposed to shake things up between her and Carter, and they completely
Yeah, it didn't
shelved
happen,
that
did it?
storyline. Nope.
Yeah, maybe they decided to shelve it, girl. Who knows? I know it was contract time because BTG got theirs for another 2 years. But yay, yay. But did we hear anything about Bold getting another year? Remember we were on the fence last March.
I thought when they got renewed last time, it was for
Was it? I thought it was for a year. Is it two?
3. I thought it was for 2 or 3.
I don't know about that one, Key.
I didn't
We
think
have
it
to
was
look
just
it
for a
up.
year.
I know we talked about it in our group chat. I'll take a look.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a search. But because Y&R, they were renewed for 4 years. So their
Right.
contract is up until 2028.
Correct.
And I think maybe Bold had like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But if they keep writing these storylines like this, they won't have many more. And I hate to say that. But this is one of my favorite shows. I watch every season, especially on the app.
Both ratings have been great the last month. So
Well, most of that was predicated on that Taylor and Sheila thing.
yeah, but it still helps.
It helps, yeah, it does. I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like this week, and what we gonna have for sweeps.
Google says as of April 2025, CBS renewed Bold and the Beautiful for 3 additional seasons.
Okay, so they
Ensuring
got
the
3
show
years.
remains on air through through the 27-28 television season.
Okay, so they got another couple years to go. Okay, cool.
They had another year to go. We're in 2026.
Well, she said 28. Then you said 27.
27-28 through 27-28 season.
Yeah, I thought she said 28.
Okay. They better not waste this opportunity. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Get some, because I remember we were trying to see, like, have they received their contract yet?
Right. Well, they need to get it together because this stuff is all over the place. And I understand that Belle wanted a younger generation type thing, but yeah, I don't know. this Electra thing is. I like Dylan. I like the Dylan character. Now I
Me
don't know what's
too.
coming up. Could she be related somehow? There's all type of speculations going on. Whether or not she's connected to Sheila, whether Remy's connected to Sheila, whether Remy's connected to somebody else or Deacon or whoever. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find. I hope not. It's not Deacon's son because yeah, no.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think they can do that considering Remy and Deke have been
Right,
dating.
exactly.
yeah.
So, but I mean, those are some of the speculations that were out there, and I'm like, obviously, it'll come out exactly what the connection is that Remy has. But Dylan, I honestly like the chemistry between Will and Dylan, and I thought that that's what they were
Mhm.
trying to do was chem test those two.
I want them to turn her into a full-on Amber character. She can, with the way that this girl is able to mesh well with so many other characters in the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and she has chemistry with everyone.
Everybody. Mm-hmm.
She could pull off that Amber Moore character. Give Electra a reason to be jealous. Like the fact that she hasn't done anything to that girl. And she's been trying to be real and straight with her, like, hey, I was living out of my car, I was eating out of the garbage. I just got my check. You can't just get into a place like that. And Electra saying, hey, I still need for you to do this, and yeah, we're still not gonna be friends after that, which is very childish. Then really go after her man then.
Mm-mm.
Really be Amber Moore. I would gladly root for this. But
You said you would gladly root for it.
yeah, because that Electra's a pretty girl, sweet girl, but and no shade to there's no shade to any of the actors at all, but it's just to the character. Electra has no personality without Will.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to talk about this man in every single scene.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that reminds me of?
Hope.
Well, her also reminded me of Luna when she first came on, and everything that she did was all about RJ.
Right.
That used to drive me nuts because I remember people being kind of having the same attitude about her character as they do with Electra, where it's like, why is it that every single thing that she talks about, everything she does, all of her storylines completely revolve around RJ, and it was just annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's I feel like that's Bold's thing with the young female characters when they first bring them on. He revolves their storyline around a man and their virgin.
Right.
Somebody
of virginity always got to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so weird. At least with Dylan, like we see that she has friends, she meshes well with a lot of people. Who else is Electra's friend?
That's a good question because the girls in the office don't. The girls in the office don't like her.
Her auntie.
Who?
Her auntie is her friend.
Her auntie is her friend, and whatever guy that she's interested in that day.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, RJ getting on my nerves with this whole thing. This is insane. The energy that he's putting behind all of this. What?
And
you know what's funny to? Oh, go ahead. Bye.
I was going to say it's a bit creepy.
It is. It's just. It's over.
Yes.
Well, Keish, you said that when he was talking about the whole skinny dipping thing.
Yep. Yeah, he coming on way too strong with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that should not be your first physical interaction. I mean, if you're trying to get to know somebody, let's go get naked and jump in the pool. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he always talks about how special she is and basically treats her like a fragile little butterfly. But one of the first things that you ask her to do on your first date or maybe second date is to skinny dip.
Right.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, the way that he talks about Katie and Will, about how they don't belong at Forrester and they're Spencers and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, Will is also a Logan, just like you are. Katie is a Logan, just like your mom is. And so is your sister. Your sister is a Logan, and she's a Spencer, just like Katie is. So if you're gonna say that Katie doesn't belong, not that I'm arguing for Katie and Will to be at Forrester, but the way that he's going about it, it just irks me. But it's like if you're going to talk about them that way, then essentially you're kind of talking about your sister the same way too, because you're basing it on who they are,
That is
not necessarily
true.
what they're contributing to the company.
Yeah, Hope is Logan and married to a Spencer.
That's
Mm-hmm.
a valid point. Oh, that couldn't. Oh, wow. I need for Hope to hear that conversation.
Yeah, that's pretty darn. That was a good point, Keish. That was a good one. Yep. So, all right, did we cover everything? We had no Taylor or anything that week because we finished that Sheila week up the previous week. So,
I need a break from Taylor for a minute because I'm so mad at her. But I think that we
we
covered everything. Now, that phone call
what
in the
of the
preview,
promo? Yeah, I just wish the sport. This I they did not release the spoilers for this week. Am I correct on that?
they've released fake
Yeah, I couldn't.
spoilers.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. What'd you say?
They released fake spoilers because Monday's episode didn't even match up. And I'll send a screenshot of what I'm talking about. They said that Dylan's supposed to get a phone call. And what else? And I think Taylor was supposed to be in one of the scenes. The spoilers were completely off with today's episode. So there's no telling how this week is going to go. But we know from the promo that Dylan's going to get a mystery call, and it's supposed to be a big explosion towards the end of the week on Thursday. This is the other thing that's probably going to be up in the air.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are you seeing this?
Yeah.
I'll send you the
Girl, I mean, because I can't, I did the spoiler videos for BTG and for YNR. Some of the stuff that you were talking about in the group chat, I'm like, where is she seeing all of this?
Yeah, the only info that I've gotten is what they showed on the spoiler clip
Right.
Friday.
Right.
I haven't seen anything else other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you guys.
All right.
So
Let me check, because who knows? They might be fake or whatever. And obviously, with what you were saying that could possibly happen today, it did not. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
it might happen tomorrow.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's they're purposely either not putting it out, or they're purposely trying to have like the bloggers or content creators like release fake stuff so it can be a different outcome. But I'll send you what I'm talking about. You're going to see that it did not match up to Monday's episode at all.
Yeah, because I can't find them nowhere, and I'm assuming that nothing came directly from Bold or whatever. I'm not saying yours didn't or whatever you have, but yeah, I couldn't. That's why I didn't do a spoiler video, because I know people are like, okay, what's a spoiler video for Bold? I'm like, oh, I ain't got it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
they made a huge claim about Finn and Taylor and all these different things. But at least we know what we can try to base off on from the promo on what might go down. So whoever on the other phone with Dylan, there's the assumption it could be Luna. I actually don't think it's Luna. Yeah. I think this might be Ivy.
Yeah, I think she's trying to scare Dylan too. Because they said that Ivy's not done. I do, that part.
Yeah. Ashley Brewer, she made it apparent that they've completely changed how we're going to view Ivy, and that she's not done. And the next thing that she's going to do is going to be completely out of character for her. I think that she's going to be stalking and trying to continue to bully Dylan. So if it is Luna, Great, sure, I'm with that. Um, but I think it's Ivy, and this is going to lead to her exit.
Yeah, my thing is, why are you even doing all of that? The bottom line is, you can't change how Electra's gonna feel now that she knows the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
RJ pursuing her doesn't mean anything if she still got feelings for Will. He's wasting his time. She's wasting her energy trying to put all this together. It's like, that girl gonna do what she wanna do.
And nothing has even happened between Will and Electra to make her do all this.
Right,
Like we were saying earlier, it's not like Will was some abusive boyfriend or, just crapped all over their relationship and her. You just don't like him because of what happened, basically because of what happened in the Luna situation,
right,
which wasn't his fault.
exactly. He keep
Yeah,
hurting you over and over again. What did he do?
that's what I'm
What
trying
did
to
he
figure out.
do? The dude
He,
was, his drink was spiked, and the woman took advantage of him under the influence, and she popped pregnant, according to her. What did that got to do with him?
she sees herself as Electra, and she sees Will as Liam, so she's projecting. Like he keeps hurting you. No, Liam kept hurting you,
Right.
and I think that she probably views Dylan as Steffi.
And even though the character of RJ has changed, RJ has firsthand witnessed what happened with this whole Luna situation. But you treating this as if Luna and him were doing something that hurt Electra. It's like, just because you recast somebody, don't undo the history with the character.
And they completely change RJ's character actually, because
Right, but the
he's
history is still there. You were with this woman when all of this stuff went down, and then you found out about what happened, because we still had Joshua Hoffman on when the stuff came out where Luna was like, "Well, I knew who it was." So now all
yeah.
of a sudden, this version of RJ forgot about the fact that Luna took advantage of this situation.
Look, this version of RJ forgets he has a cousin named
Yeah,
Will.
that too.
It's kind of like how Zende came back and we never hear about Nicole.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I was so annoyed by that.
That
Like,
is
where is
true.
Nicole at?
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, did we cover everything? I think for Bold.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go to BTG. A lot of stuff going on. We had, I don't know what happened to Lynette. I'm assuming she's no longer in the land of the living.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either, but something, I don't know, because there is a spoiler later in this week that Tomas finds out something interesting about Lynette. So I don't know if they found her, or maybe I don't know. So we'll see what that's about. We had a bonding moment between Vanessa and Leslie. Vernon is wondering if something's going on with him, so he has Madison check him out. Um, Jacob get beat up for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, yeah, he was at the wrong drop off stop, and Leah had him attacked. So a lot of moving parts. That whole argument that went down between Vanessa and Nicole. So, where y'all want to start?
uh, let's get the Empower undercover stuff
Yeah.
out the way because I don't even know what's going on
Girl, I'm
there.
just over that whole thing. It's like, can we get Jacob to do something else? I mean, come on.
Him getting beat up was the most exciting thing that's happened with this whole
Man,
storyline.
Keish.
I'm
She,
just saying.
He wants violence.
right. You chose violence today, huh, Bray? Keish.
I just needed some, like, we need to actually, they need to let us, the audience, know at this point who it is so we can watch them do their thing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, we need that reveal to happen. The rest of the cast doesn't need to know yet, but at least let us know. That way we can watch what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be something else brought to this undercover operation, because it's the same thing week after week, where what's that what's that what's that man's name?
Who? Joey?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Where
Mm-hmm.
Jacob and Smitty are basically Jacob fussing at Smitty because Smitty keeps putting himself in danger, or he thinks he's putting himself in danger, or he doesn't want Smitty to get hurt. Um, Jacob standing like a little creepy weirdo in the elevator, exchanging packages with what's his name? What's that man's name that works
Grayson.
at the hospital? Grayson. Yeah. Him and Naomi meeting up at a hotel. It's just it's like it's the same cycle every week or every time the storyline is on the screen. It's those three things that happen. And then, of course, Naomi crying to somebody about how she's worried about Jacob. So, like, we just need to see another side of it. And at this point, they don't need to reveal the entire, like, line of the hierarchy of the organization, but give us one or two people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we already know Leah is involved because of her conversations with Grayson. Show us Leah with somebody else that's in the whole scam. I don't know, just let us see something else.
Yeah. What you think, Bree?
I think because it's made sweeps, we need to just go ahead and just let the storyline, come to an end, because the goofy part about it is Smitty and Jacob are acting like they're really in disguise. I'm like, someone's gonna recognize you at this point. And you don't think that lady who's running the hospital isn't taking note as to who Grayson is around when he makes those drops?
Right.
There's security cameras all throughout the hospital.
And even in that elevator, I mean, I'm like, you stop in the elevator to have a conversation with Grayson. Don't you think it's a camera in there?
Exactly. And the fact that Jacob keeps getting beat up, I'm like, you can't defend yourself at all. You're a whole cop. Like, what if people were to come and like beat you up or something? Like, you should be prepared for that. But I think they should just go ahead and just do away with this storyline, because if it's going to lead to something happening to Jacob, I think it is, then they need to go ahead and just let that happen. Not to say he's going to go off the show, but if something like dramatically happens that he could risk losing his life, and Naomi all of a sudden has a change of heart and want to give him some kids and have a life with him or something, then we need to go ahead and see that. But we have in the previews Grayson getting stabbed up now, and I'm like, where is this all leading to?
Yeah, they need to hurry up and close this one up. I mean, you see how they trying to shut down or kind of bring some finality to the Anita's cancer storyline, because now she's having a breakthrough with her chemo. So they're definitely trying to move that storyline along.
Yes, and
which they've handled that one really well.
Exactly.
That's the difference between her storyline and this undercover storyline, is like they actually hit a lot of the beats of her dealing with cancer, and it wasn't just one note.
Ladies, I got a question. I'm sorry, I just have to ask y'all this.
No,
it came to you see the picture in the upper, what's that, right hand corner?
I can't see it.
Can you see it?
I'm not on my computer.
Randy is so fine.
I was gonna say, what if you wake up and he was sitting up in your bed like this?
Like, this man is so fine. He can do no wrong. He just, we need to see more Randy shirtless, personally.
I'm just saying. But go ahead, girl. Go ahead, Keisha. Sorry.
Oh no, I was pretty much done. I was just pointing out how different it was with with the way that they handled Anita's storyline and how there was like multiple levels of different emotions from different characters because more people could be involved, right? But even outside of that, with her, like with just Anita and Vernon, it just didn't feel like it was one note. You know what I mean? Like we got to go through a couple of scenes of her getting her treatments and then of how it just made her feel, like glass, like she would fall apart if somebody touched her in a certain way or too hard or something like that. It's with this, there's just been no, there's been no emotion with it. It's just been the same thing over and over again. And I think the only thing since this whole thing has started that we found out is that Leah is involved.
Right.
Which I think a lot of people suspected from the beginning because she started around the same time as the storyline did.
Right. And then the other thing is it's almost like somebody's ahead of her too. But we just never get that far. I don't know. It's really dragging that particular storyline out. I mean, obviously, there's still two other storylines that has been going on for almost a year, and obviously that's Leslie with what happened with Laura, and then the whole thing with Joey, who took out Doug, which I don't know if they're gonna ever bring that up. It keep kind of like hinting at certain things, but it's never pops out.
This is this is the only issue I have with Beyond the Gates, and it's very rare. But none of the villains are held accountable for their crimes
in any way. Yeah. And we know that Leslie will never go to jail for what she did to Laura. We know that Doug will never go to, or not Doug, Joey will never go to jail for what he did to Doug. But there's usually other ways that you can punish villains for what they've done. Like there's other consequences that can happen within the story that don't involve them going to jail. And like I've said before, having Leslie go bankrupt and lose all that money would be her punishment, or losing her relationship with Eva for a while would be her punishment. For Joey, it would be losing Vanessa, or Vanessa, if she decides that she doesn't want to break up with Joey, it would be losing her children, and then he would be the cause of that. So like there's ways that they can punish these characters without putting them in jail, and it's just like they choose not to. They just get to do whatever they want and get away with it and laugh in the other characters' faces, and that's it.
Yeah, you see how Eva played that when she was talking to Derek today, because he was calling Leslie out. Alleged. What do you mean? She has not been convicted. It's like, girl, you do know what she has done. You hid the freaking helmet.
Yep. And that's why I will never feel sorry for Eva, because she will get offended and will still lie about her mom. Not that she had to sit there and confess to knowing for a fact about what her mother did, but girl, you sitting there getting offended like people lying.
Right.
And she said,
I'm sorry, bro. No, go ahead, bro.
I was going to say, she hasn't been convicted. So you're acknowledging that a crime was done. She hasn't been convicted for it.
Right.
Instead of saying that she's innocent and she was wrongfully accused.
I got a question. Whatever happened to that evidence that Eva hid? Because she didn't move out of the hotel. Remember, she hid it on the bed. Did Leslie take it back? What happened to that evidence?
Eva took it.
Yeah.
Kat took it from Eva's hotel, planted it back in Leslie's house.
Oh, yeah.
And then called the police.
Okay.
And I can't remember exactly why. I can't remember if it was because they knew that Kat did it. I can't remember the reason, but whatever they found, because they threw it out. Because they ended up finding Leslie's hair fibers in the helmet, or something like that.
Oh,
Or
you
maybe it
know,
was on the jacket, not the helmet, and they threw it out because I think Leslie got the helmet back. She found out where Kat put the helmet.
and remember that charity thing? Leslie donated a jacket, or they found that jacket. That's where they found the hair.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the box that Kat stole, well, she stole it, basically put it back in Leslie's apartment. They got a warrant originally. They didn't find the box, and all of a sudden now it's there. So it was a conflict
Mm-hmm.
for them to use the evidence, because they were like, why would Leslie put the evidence right there?
I didn't think they found the box at all. I thought Leslie got to it before they did and hid it again.
No. Eva told Leslie that she had the evidence, and she had it underneath her bed. And this is where Tomas was screwing around, going up to Eva's bedroom, Eva's hotel room, talking about a book, and she was about to call them out. But Kat took the box and planted it back over at Leslie's place. But Jacob and his crew, they already swept Leslie's apartment, and Kat was trying to get Jacob to go back and look at it again. He suspected that she got the evidence, but they dismissed it because of the original police search, which happened sometime.
Gotcha. Okay. I was wondering.
History.
Yep, a lot of history. But like I agree with you, a lot of the villains haven't, and I know the show has only been on a little over a year, but I guess they're trying to at least hold on to some of them before they get rid of. I don't know. I don't know what their thought process is on that. Now what do y'all think is going on with Vernon? Because he's getting kind of concerned and wanted, I guess his neural side of things to be checked out.
I personally, I think it's just
Stress?
going to be stress and exhaustion from taking care of Anita, because he's been her caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see how they could write, because I think the concern is his memory loss. So I don't think that they're going to write like him, unless they're getting ready to write this character off in the next few years. I don't see them writing him with like a dementia or an Alzheimer's diagnosis, because it would be difficult to keep a character on, a main character at that, on screen and engaged in storylines for the long haul, if that is good, because that's not something that can be reversed.
That's true.
So I think it'll just end up being that he's just been exhausted, and because you can be, I'm a forgetful person, and I remember that being something that I was worried. I'm worried about that. And my doctors told me before, like, people that are forgetful, it's not always going to be related to that. It could be that you are just so used to running around and doing so many different things and multitasking that simple things or things that, could have just happened, short-term memory type things, you just forget because you're doing so much.
Right.
And I mean, that could be what Vernon is experiencing, because he's been doing so much with trying to take care of Anita, in addition to the other things that he's got going on in his life.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I think it's stress too. I mean, obviously, there's a spoiler coming out later this week that, she has some interesting news for him, and it could just be a hyped up spoiler, and come to find out, you need to take it easy. We didn't find anything, maybe you dehydrated. Oh, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. It's probably stress. Yep. So, what y'all think about the conversation between Nicole and Vanessa?
I wish they just go ahead and put Vanessa and Danny together as best friends, because that's more realistic to me. Oh my goodness, because I Vanessa is living in her delusion and she's loving it. And I understand Nicole's viewpoints on things, but Vanessa's not going to hear that right now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brie. I honestly think that Danny is the wild child who would probably, not saying that Nicole hasn't. Then they give us this backstory on how they became friends or whatever, and I'm like, okay.
What was the backstory? I must have missed
They
that.
where they met at the club, and she wanted to go have a cigarette, and she was talking about chocolate, and I girl, and how I guess
Oh.
it was an event that she was at, and that she was with Doug at, and they met somehow and got to know each other, and it's been history from there. So
It was a useless scene. Honestly,
exactly.
we didn't need it because it didn't really reveal anything.
Nope. I agree,
I,
Keish.
I'm I'm annoyed that Nicole even apologized to Vanessa because, in my opinion, Vanessa should have apologized to her because Nicole didn't do anything wrong at that dinner. She got up and left because Vanessa's boyfriend was being disrespectful,
Right.
and he started that argument.
He
He
sure
started that
did.
fight,
He sure did.
and all we've heard from Vanessa since that dinner is her, kind of whining and complaining about how Nicole is judgmental and, Joey makes me happy and people are just going to have to learn to accept that. And it's like, it was your boyfriend that ruined that dinner. It wasn't Nicole. Nicole went to the dinner to try to make you happy, to try to
Mm-hmm.
get along with Joey, and he ruined it from the moment they sat down.
Yep.
But we didn't see Vanessa all in Joey's face talking about you owe my best friend an apology. She was more so making excuses for him and almost blaming Nicole for why things went wrong. Like, I don't think it was last week. I think it was the week before, and she said something about how Nicole got up, ruined the dinner because she got up and left. Like, yeah, I can't with her. Nicole didn't owe that woman an apology for anything because she didn't do anything wrong.
And I guess it looks.
And
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, and Vanessa is the one who should have had Joey apologize to her best friend.
And I think it looks so bad to us because we know obviously what has happened to Doug. And for her to be fighting so hard, and it's like, girl, if you only knew.
I don't think it even
Yeah, but
matter.
even outside of that though, like even if we didn't know about him, or even if he hadn't done that to Doug, and he was just generally just snarky towards Nicole and Carlton because of his feelings about plastic surgery, like he still would have been dead wrong for the way that he treated them.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm even for me, it's not even that I know what he did to Doug. It's just his general attitude towards them was just
Right, and I
evil.
agree with that. It's just her fighting so hard against all these people.
Yeah, like she's desperate.
Right, she wants to normalize him, bring him into her everyday, how she move with these people. He ain't that type of dude. You're not going to be able to move. He's not going to be able to move around like you want him to with what you do with people at the club and your friends.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
the
not going to
kids for me.
happen. What you say, Keish?
It's the kids for me. But like
Yeah,
even with her
girl.
kids, she's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's like it's not clicking to her.
Mm-mm.
The moment Joey said to her that he wanted to offer Donnell a position at the casino, and she didn't blink twice at that, it's like, girl, you would have been okay with this,
Right, her
knowing what he
son is in
does.
college.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But I mean, look at her. She's volunteering herself to be a criminal when she didn't need to. So
That's right.
maybe it
She's
didn't bother
laundering
her.
money right now and running a brothel.
Mm-hmm.
You know who she reminds
Happily.
me of?
Who?
She reminds me of a baby Phyllis. She likes all the risks in hopes of a high reward, only to eventually lose it all.
Mm.
Can't even give her that credit because At least Phyllis is somebody that, like, she didn't come for money. She struggled to get where she is. Vanessa came for money, and she volunteered herself into a world of crime. Like, she finds thrill in it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's those privileged kids that grow up with parents who have money, but they insist on acting like
They
they grew
from the
up
rough
tough.
side.
Yeah, because they think it's cool or something. Like those, if those kids could be out of a tough neighborhood or the beginnings that they're coming from, they would be. They're not volunteering to do this, and here you are, Vanessa, volunteering to be a criminal.
She gives a new definition to a bored housewife, because she was cheating on this man out of boredom and not getting attention.
Right.
She got into all of this for attention, and it's just, I don't think this is going to be anything that's going to stop. Even when it gets, the reveal happens that what he did to Doug, I don't think it's going to change anything. I think that she'd be willing to risk losing her kids.
Yeah, it might not change anything with her and him because she might fight to be with Joey. But everybody around her that find out about it, the Nicoles, the Dannies, and all of them, she ain't going to be able to live that down.
Or her kids. I mean, her daughter can't stand her right now, and it's just a simple, she's in a relationship with this man. Imagine when she finds out what Joey did to her father.
Right. Them kids, everybody will be like, how can you be with somebody that killed your husband?
What the kicker would be is if she lost her realty company behind him.
So I think she's going to end up marrying this man. And I think that's the only time.
Well, you saw that spoiler, but I think it's the end of this week where she is going to be acting like she's living at Joey's place or making herself at home. And I'm like, you finna move in? What? I thought you had a big old house. So what you gonna do with Doug's house? The one y'all had together. You gonna leave that be, sell it? What? And what, move in with Joey?
The kids are probably staying there, so she got to find a place so she can still get with Joey. Because remember, Joey was living there at one point. So now the kids are back. Now she got to try to do what she got to do over at his place.
Girl, that's crazy.
The kids are in school, though.
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand about Banneker. Is when her kids are there, she says they're in town or they're coming to town. But Banneker is where Isaiah works on a daily basis. So how far is the school?
That's a good point, girl. How far is the school at? Is he commuting that far to work?
Right.
Some people do. Some people got to travel, half an hour, 45 minutes, but it's not far. Like, I remember when I was in college, I loved to be able to drive home, even though it was 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my son's college was 2.5. No, 2:45. And my oldest, her college was 45 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours, I would say someone is out of town.
Right.
30 minutes to an hour, I wouldn't say, they're in town from school. And I can't see Isaiah, because remember, they're in the DMV. Getting somewhere that, normally in a smaller city that would take you 20 minutes takes you almost an hour because of that traffic. So if Banneker is more than 20 or 30 minutes outside of the DMV, and he's making that commute every day, that means that man is traveling 3 to 4 hours a day to go to work. So that's why it just came off as strange to me that she says that they're out of town when they're at school or they're in town when they're home. But we know Isaiah works there every day.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so what do y'all think about Kat's birthday and she decided to let Eva stay?
Well, we know that was short-lived. I was surprised she even did that.
Well, then she turned around and sat at that table with Isaiah and her and did her little flirt thing and left them to go. Eva was hotter than fish grease.
You know what's funny though is Kat said she was flirting, but I didn't see any flirting in that scene. To me, it
Me
just
either. I
felt
thought it
like
was just conversation.
right, like the last time that they talked, it just seemed like a conversation. But then when she talks to Chelsea, she said that she was intentionally flirting with him. I'm like, where was the flirting at? But
You know, these kids like nowadays, like if you're friendly and if you're extra nice, that's considered flirting.
Mm-mm.
well, Eva was doing way more than flirting with Tomas.
Well, exactly.
Okay, exactly.
She was damn near in that man's lap every conversation they had with each
Sure
other.
was. Sure was. Yeah.
I thought it was funny the way Eva like was putting it on real thick when she walked in and walked over to Isaiah, and it's like it's funny how the tables have turned. Look how insecure you are right now. And remember what you were doing last year when you were actually intentionally trying to take Tomas from Kat, and she was doing like little petty things when she would see Tomas and Kat either at Orpheus or at the club. And I remember one time, like one time distinctly, when Kat and Tomas were sitting at a table in Orpheus Jeans, and she walks in, sees them sitting there, and walks over and just plops down and starts talking, and was like, "Oh, am I interrupting?" And then starts talking about how she needed Tomas's advice about something.
Yeah, so
And it's
she
like,
the hypocritical.
uh-huh. And now look at you.
Mm-hmm.
You all insecure because you know she was doing her real dirty when it came to her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And now you think she's about to get some payback on you.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. What about the conversation between Leslie and Haley? It's like two villains fighting against each other. One thing, Leslie can see clearly what that girl is up to no good, and the walls are closing in on her. That's probably why they had to get rid of old girl, because she was, definitely trying to take control of the situation, buying penthouses and whatnot.
You think she's gone? You think Lynette's gone?
Oh, I don't know about that one. Because the way he was telling Joey is like, Joey was like, don't let whatever come to my doorstep. He was like, oh, it ain't gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe she faked it, went to sleep acting like, who knows, girl.
I have a hard time believing that she's gone. Keep in mind, Randy was trying to run to Bali or out of the country somewhere because he couldn't do what Joey told him to do. And that was that racist guy that was trying to go after Martin.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't do that. I don't think Randy has it in him to unalive somebody.
Right. I don't either.
Yeah. And I think he caught feelings for Lynette. I think that he knows that Haley would sell him out to save herself. So I wouldn't be surprised if he and Lynette are running
the script on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's exactly what I think too. Because you ain't gonna get me to believe that he couldn't kill the guy that was after Martin, but he could
take out Lynette.
Get rid of Lynette. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then there's a lot of spoilers coming out the end of this week about Haley being put on the spot and started getting questioned. And so obviously maybe some other things come out and then may include Lynette. So
I think he's going to probably pin it on her because there's conversations and everything between her and Lynette. I think something's going to come out about that. And Haley's going to get herself caught up in something. But I don't think Lynette's gone. I think because for one, she's a really good character, and they need someone like her on the show. But Haley would save herself and not her cousins, and I think Randy knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of what else we had. It was something on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Because it's not on my screen, but I had just thought about it. Um, the whole baby comment from Bill to Danny, and we had
Oh,
Andre
this
checking
was
him on it, and Haley giving him the side eye on that comment. And he said, "Oh, it's just part of me used to be in history. We had a lot of years together." I'm like, "Yeah, right. Okay, dude."
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he didn't tell a lie. They just broke up, what, less than 2 years ago. They were together for almost over 30 years. I can see that
No,
happening.
But
But
you, wait a minute,
absolutely
did
not.
Keish said no? I
Absolutely
agree,
not.
Keish. You know, why are you calling her baby?
and you notice that she didn't check that.
Who?
Danny,
Danny.
Oh, Danny. Yeah. What she
she
did?
didn't check it.
But she checked it later when she confronted. They had that conversation. Was that today?
Danny and Bill.
Well, yeah, Danny and Bill,
That was last
because
week.
Andre, Bill told Andre that he was upset about it, and she didn't know nothing about that. And then she turned around and asked Andre
Mm-hmm.
about,
Yeah.
did you
He
check
she
Bill? I'm like, are you protecting your ex?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was her conversation with Andre today. Last
Mm-hmm.
week she was when she talked to Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, Andre is insecure because the woman he's married is not all in the relationship.
He knows
She's
that.
reaping benefits.
Yep, and that's why
She,
their relationship is. We don't get jealous. Yeah, that you want that type of opening because you know you're gonna be moving certain ways.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she might as well just go ahead and let Andre go. I understand there's people who love the couple. I understand they're cute together, but she's never been fully invested in Andre like that. I think
He
she
gives her
cares
a
about him to a
lot of
degree.
attention that Bill wasn't giving her. That's all that is. It's
Yeah,
attention.
and she didn't check him about him calling her baby because that's something that she's used to. She's not even acknowledging the fact that she has a husband that was disrespectful to her husband.
Right.
It took him bringing it up to now having her go check Bill about it.
Right.
Like, okay.
Yep.
Like, you should be used to a whole other man telling you baby, calling you baby.
Mm-hmm.
But it was soothing to your ears to have your ex still call you baby, even
Right.
after the fact. I'm like, okay. If Andre doesn't see through that, I don't know what else he needs to see.
Right.
She didn't have all these secret kisses, these secret meetings, and them reminiscing, and the fact that this her ex is still jealous. What more do you need to see? Even the kids don't even want you all together.
Right.
They're okay with it because their mom is happy. But if they had a preference, they want her to be back with their daddy.
Which is something that makes zero sense to me because Naomi literally disowned her father last year because of what he did. And you telling me that you would want to see your mother back with a man? I don't care if it's your daddy or not. You would want to see your mother back with a man who disrespected her for 30 years? And for me, it's not even about Andre. Andre and Danny can break up, but why would you want your mother back in a toxic relationship of a man who cheated on your mom for 30 years, who left your mother for his daughter's best friend, who spent the last year purposely humiliating her in public in front of other people
Yeah,
because
that's
he thought it was
crazy.
funny? Like, there's no way. And that's why, as long as Danny accepts all those little crumbs that Bill gives her, she will always look like an idiot. And the history of them being together for 30 years and having 2 kids, it does not excuse that for me.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. I don't care how long you and your ex been together. We together, and then you calling her baby. I'm gonna be like, wait, what?
and that should already prove that she's not fully invested in that marriage. If she was, they were fools to even get married in the first place. But I mean, there's some people who just like to be in toxic
Yeah, you
relationships.
got
I
toxic.
mean,
Yeah, like
like
Vanessa.
or I was going to say Victoria trying to push her or Nikki to go back with Victor. Like, there is just some people who just like to be in toxic relationships. Most of the soap relationships are toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is. And
Yeah, like being with Ridge, who keep flip flopping for the
Mm-hmm.
last 30 years.
yeah,
And you know what's funny is, as toxic as that relationship is, I'll give Brooke a little more credit than I give Danny, because at least for 30 years it wasn't a situation of, I'm openly going to sleep with whatever woman I want to, and you won't say a word. You're just going to turn the other cheek, and you're going to continue to be my wife because that's what I want you to do, and because you're pathetic enough to accept it. At least with Ridge, it was he pretended that Brooke was the love of his life.
yeah.
Bill didn't even pretend to be that. He just openly disrespected Danny and made a fool out of her, and she accepted it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You keep just like y'all was talking about Tomas and Kat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she accepted him back. So
Yep,
Well,
she's
she's an
Danny Jr.
idiot. She was just, this was the only stupid thing that this girl has done thus far. Um, I am not a fan. I do not approve of this. When it comes to like Danny and Bill and like Victor and Nikki, they're some people just don't know anything else other than each other.
yeah, they stay
And
with what's
sometimes,
comfortable to them, even though it's toxic.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just not gonna change their ways. That's why she still continues to have her foot out the door in case the one time that Bill is going to run her direction. She's still holding out hope. But in the meantime, while Andre is catering to her, loving on her, she's going to still accept that, like a lot of women would do. But the moment that Bill is ready to leave his situation and go back to her, she's
Mm-hmm.
out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And she lets Andre know with her actions. Like, as much as Danny runs her mouth, the fact that Bill said baby, that should have signaled her to say, don't disrespect Andre. I'm a married woman. Don't say that ever to me again. All of a sudden, it took your current husband to check for you to go in and check your ex-husband about that.
Right.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Well, she first claimed when Naomi brought it up. She said, "I didn't hear him say that." When did he say that?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, anywho, it was something else. What was it? Can y'all? Is there anything else that we missed?
Uh,
They had so many things going on this
there
Yeah.
show.
was something else. Wasn't there something else with Leslie
We talked about Leslie. We talked about
last week?
Randy. We talked about Lynette, Nicole, Vanessa, Vernon. We had no Carlton and Kyle this week. We talked about Leah, Haley. I mean, Smitty was messing with that girl's laptop, and Nicole is kind of suspicious about that.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
goofy as
that
Smitty.
was, yeah. So, but I guess that's it. I
Yeah, I
can't think
think
of
that's
nothing
it.
else. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to our final segments.
Randy
Um,
was so good.
what you say, girl? Oh, girl, you so crazy.
He does.
All right, so we got our flip the script, who's taking several seats, star of the week, pickle of the week, and our Simp Olympics and Lily Winters award. So, what you flipping on Y&R?
I I would have flipped. I'm really trying to think. I can't think of anything right now. I'm trying to look at the screen too. I would have loved for Jack to have just snapped on Diane for saying Victor was right.
Ooh, God, that was. I didn't know what that spoiler meant when I saw it. That she was gonna team up with Victor until I saw the actual. I'm like, oh, this is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, I wish Diane was on the other side of that door and Jack slammed that door.
Yep.
I got two.
You said that
I
too?
Yeah, I have two.
Okay.
I would not have had Sally pregnant.
Okay.
I don't like that they're making her baby daddy Billy.
Mm.
Um, I'm sorry, it bugs me. And then I would have had Abby actually side with Devon. I I don't like that they're using this to have Devon and Abby at odds with each other, because this is not something that makes sense for them to be at odds with each other about.
Mhm. Okay, I got you. All right. Um, what are we flipping on bold? Bree, did you say your flip?
Yeah. I
Okay.
said, yeah, I wanted Jack to snap
Jack,
on
right.
Diane.
You went before me. Okay. All right. What y'all
Mm-hmm.
flipping on bold?
I'll do something a little different. I wish that it was Eric speaking with Katie and her letting him have it.
Okay. Gotcha. What you got, Keish?
I I want uh, I want well, no, I guess that wouldn't have been for last week. I'll say when Electra got in Dylan's face
Mm.
about moving out of Will's house, I wish that Dylan would have been assertive with her and told her she'll leave if Will tells her to. I don't
Okay.
like the way she kind of bows down to Electra.
Right, and tomorrow she kind of bows down to RJ too. You
Mm-hmm.
saw that, Keish?
Yep, I saw that clip.
I was like, girl, do you have a
Talking about she,
backbone? Stop letting these people tell you what to do.
talking about she was wrong. Well, she didn't even do
Girl.
nothing.
Ugh, okay. She, yeah. She trying to take L's just like Will is while the two of them do what they want to do. Mine is, Daphne should have told her husband about them doggone threats.
Oh
Forget the
yeah, that's a good
whole
one.
Electra and she loves Will. You talk more about that than you talk about that girl threatening you. And even up
Yep.
to this point, she still haven't told Carter that. You tell him about what you told. Oh, she need to talk to her auntie. Okay, but you need to tell her what Ivy did to you. Tell him what Ivy did to you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what y'all flipping on BTG?
I
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, girl.
I was just gonna say I would not have had Nicole apologize to
I was
Vanessa
gonna say the
at all.
same thing. What you got, Bree?
I actually would have loved for Danny to have acknowledged that Bill called her baby, and she's still not doing anything about it. And that should also make Andre question as to who he married for real.
Exactly. I agree with that. Okay. All right, who taking seats on YNR?
Boy, oh my goodness. Victoria is going to get her own flight. She gets all the airplane seats. Who else?
I'm gonna give one to Diane.
Is she going to sit in the pits of hell? Um,
And I'm gonna give Devon a seat too. So
oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, that's all I got right there. You got any
I'm
seats?
giving Abby,
Yeah,
Abby, Sharon,
Sharon.
and Christine can all have a seat for thinking
Sure
that
can.
Devon is wrong for what he's doing,
Yep.
for seeking justice for someone who hurt his child.
can we also give Adam a seat for not being forthcoming about what's going on with his brother? You know that Matt had already told him that the dude is popping pills.
Yep.
Matt is like, your brother overdosed. And he known that he was even telling Chelsea, I think he owns something. And you look at him, you can tell he owns something. And you're not calling somebody? Doing something?
Yeah. And he was stupid for not calling the police. So yeah, he can
Right.
definitely get a seat.
And Sharon gonna get a
Whole
seat.
cell phone.
Sharon and Noah gonna get a seat next week. Fuck,
Yeah.
they don't go in that abandoned building this week.
Yeah, that's so
Stupid.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to. I forgot to point out how Noah and
Audra.
Audra had their little moment. I thought that was
about the baby stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, put them together, please.
Nate who?
Okay.
Hopefully they're on their way to that because I need Sienna to move on to someone else.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see Noah and Audra, what they gonna do now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, who take?
I'm cool
Go
with
ahead.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, who taking?
I'm okay with that.
Who's taking seats on bold?
Brooke's Audacity is gonna take a seat for me.
Along with her son.
Along with RJ, yeah.
And her other child, Electra. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give Will a seat for being a simp. I mean, you just eating up all the L's, and this girl just got you going. Throw out. Okay, you throw out. Okay, it's too late anyway. So, and you like, oh, I'm so sorry. I should. I'm like, dude, sit down and get your life together.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I saw a lot of Josh Morrow mannerisms in that boy this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, boy, that's you, your daddy's son. Yeah,
okay, he can never deny it. He can never deny it.
No, not at all. All right. You got yours in, Keish, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who taking seat?
Electra.
Yeah, I like what a whiny cell. BTG seat.
Vanessa.
Yeah, that was mine too.
I'm gonna give Bill a seat for calling Danny baby, and Danny a seat for acting like she didn't hear it.
I'm gonna give Naomi a seat for going over there talking about you're having an affair with Dad.
Right.
She went over. That was really weird of her to do.
That was and then she looking at Andre like, oh, you here? Of course he lived there. That's her husband. What do you mean?
See, that's what. See, let this man free Andre.
You're so silly. So free Andre.
For real. Mm-hmm. See, he can actually be with the woman who wants him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Star of the week. Y&R unanimously Tracy.
Yes. Boy, it was so necessary.
Oh my God. What's her real name? I forgot her.
Beth Maitland.
Beth Maitland get that star of the week because she chin checked Diane. And Diane tried to play the victim. Poor me. Y'all gonna hang that over my head. Yep.
I mean, it's what you did. It's what you actually
It's
did.
all facts. Well, ain't no lies detected.
Mm-hmm.
Except the ones you lied about when you came here as Taylor Jensen.
Uh-huh. The other Tay-Tay.
The other Tay-Tay. Oh my God. All right. Star of the week, bold. Oh no.
Katie. because
Okay.
she checked her sister.
Heather Tom.
Yeah, Heather Tom. I actually really enjoyed that scene because all she did was just lay out the facts. She didn't buckle and didn't whenever her sister was trying to ask her to bow down to her, she's like, no, this is how it is. This is not going to change. This is what Eric did. He owed me an apology. I was like, yes, I'm with that.
Okay, I agree with that. I give it to Heather Tom, aka Katie. Katie Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Key?
I'll go along with Katie.
Okay. All right, star of the week, BTG.
I'm gonna say that the actress that plays Lynette. I don't know her real name.
Okay. Okay.
She was
Yeah,
great
she's
this
definitely
week.
a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my girl. I love her. The actress who plays Vanessa, I
Lauren.
think that she's Lauren Bagoli.
Mm-hmm.
What? I pronounced it right? Okay.
Yeah. You so crazy.
Because I was like, it's an Italian dish of some sort. But yeah, she's been knocking it out for the past few weeks, ever since the actress who plays Diana came out. Like she's had some really good scenes. So I want to give it to her this week.
Yeah, I agree with that. Enough to make us annoyed with her, yes.
I still love her. I still love her.
I know.
The same way I love Phyllis.
Was that last week when Deanna was on? When they were in the diner, or was that the week before?
Mm-hmm.
That was last week.
Yeah. All right, pickle of the week, Young. Diane.
Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria, Diane. Anybody else?
Especially the way she was talking to Kyle, she definitely gets a pickle.
Absolutely.
Just Mariah. I don't know if I have given this a pickle already in the last few,
Mariah or the storyline?
This Mariah storyline, the kidnapping storyline,
yeah, I agree
everything
with you.
Connected to Mariah right now gets a pickle.
It was just dumb to just drop this. Like I said, they wanted this to be a sweeps-worthy storyline in February, and it fell flat. It's like, yeah, no. Pickle Bold, RJ,
and Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Keish, are you agree with that?
I agree with the
Pickle
the Ivy and RJ.
Okay. Pickle BTG.
Don't really have one, to be honest. Everyone is Leslie.
I'm gonna give it to Eva.
Uh-oh.
For two things. Well, first of all, what happened at that table? You feeling some kind of way. And then second of all, how you talk to Derek, knowing that your mama is guilty. So I'm gonna have to give Eva a pickle on that one. I mean, she got offended. I'm like, girl, but he's telling the truth.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the pickle to the whole Danny and Bill dynamic on this show.
Okay.
I hate the way that they came out the block very heavy-handed on how awful and disrespectful Bill has been to Danny previous to the show starting, and even for almost a year, almost the entire first season. Just nasty to her. And then all of a sudden it switches, and we're supposed to forget that
just because they got chemistry.
Yeah, and it's like Carla has chemistry with everything. She has chemistry with the chair that she's sitting in. Her chemistry with Timon Tim, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I don't want to.
Oh, Timon?
Is it Timon?
Mm-hmm.
Timon? Oh, so we switching places, Keisha, this week?
Y'all
But
funny.
it's like their kids. Just because they have good chemistry does not make me want to ship that couple.
Right.
She could have good chemistry with anybody because that's just how great of an actress she is. But yeah, that's my pickle. I hate the way that they designed that storyline only to turn around and it makes her character look pathetic for one.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes that relationship, in my opinion, undesirable to see
Gotcha.
because they haven't had him do a single thing to even earn her being nice to him.
Mm-hmm. I
So
gotcha. Okay. I agree. All right. We got Simple Olympics.
Okay.
Girl, I don't even know if I'm gonna put them in order. I'm just gonna run a list.
So I put mine in order.
I got you.
Andre's going to get bronze because at this point, he should know who his wife really is and how she moves and how she continues to disrespect him. Silver's going to go to Dylan. I know she cares about Will, but girl, you got one check. One, and you're kicking yourself out without having a place to stay just to appease Will. That is crazy. For gold, it's going to actually be Will. Because, once again, Electra showed you exactly who she is. She can't even be woman enough to own up to those kisses that she had secretly with a whole other guy.
Girl,
Your
wait a
cousin,
minute, I got
by
a
the way.
question for you. Do you think them kisses ever come out like the one Steffi hid for the last 5 years?
I think Arthur's going to say something. I think, if anything, RJ will say something. And that brings me to Platinum and Cosmic is going to be RJ. You don't know this girl from Adam. And you are all up beneath this girl. You are acting weird and creepy. And you are extra parched for this girl who told you to your face, no matter how many kisses you give her, that she wants with a whole other guy. Oh, and then you're trying to get a girl who just got her job kicked out, and also kicked out of a job that she just got, and you know that she was homeless, just to appease this girl. He definitely gets Platinum and Cosmic for me.
I got you. Well, you're going to have probably Michael on your list next week. After tomorrow.
Oh, I guarantee you. He loves the Cosmic.
I'm going to have to give, and I think Holden, Lord Jesus, he using this whole situation to get Claire. Claire took him by the hand and they went for a walk. I'm like, dude, and he gonna use it even further this week to try to get Claire to get closer to him. I'm like, figure out the situation with your sister and stop thinking about the boxolitis, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, boxolitis. I also got to give one to Will. I'm going to give one to RJ. And I'm going to give one to, and I'm going to give one to Jack. Jack is this man is begging and pleading at this woman. You a victim. And you saying, I'm sorry, this should have never happened. You said on that, and I even have it on the video, he was there not on his own volition. And you apologizing for that? And that girl just threw Victor in your face, but you still groveling? I'm hoping he cut her loose.
Yeah. At this point, you're a victim and she's shaming you.
Right. Alrighty. We got the Lily Winters Award.
Oh, so many contenders. I'm going to give mine to Miss Electra this week. She has done such a great job at being out of touch and entitled and disrespectful every day last week. So she's earned the Lily Award, Windsor's Award. And I think honorable mentions will be Diane and Victoria.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to it's a tie between Diane and Victoria because oh shit, Victoria was annoying when she was talking, having that conversation with Kyle, and we already talked about Diane's behavior. So
I'm giving mine to Sharon.
ooh, okay,
Because of the way she's being very dismissive, about what Mariah did, is it's become all about Mariah's needs and her feelings and what about her. And it's like, Mariah put herself in this position. How dare you try to make the victims feel bad about wanting justice for what happened to them? Very, very entitled attitude that she's got about this whole situation when her daughter was the one in the wrong.
Right, I agree. I agree with that, girl. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, y'all. We had another great week. Again, there will not be a show on Friday because it is my birthday. So, thank you, and I appreciated all the birthday wishes that has started coming in over the weekend, actually. So, thank you so much for those. Supposed to be a lot of plans going on. I'm gonna try to do the show on Monday night next week, so I'm hoping that you guys will be available.
I'll let you know.
Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, no show on Friday this week. So enjoy your Friday night, and we will check back in with y'all. I'm gonna still try to get some videos out the next couple of days. I was hoping to try to find the bold spoilers, but look like that's not happening. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'll check out what you sent in the chat. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos and stuff like that. Other than that, do you all have anything else to say before we leave?
No, I think we're good.
I don't.
All
I hope
righty.
everybody's having better weather than what we are.
I know, right?
I heard it was cold up there.
Girl, we were on a
Mhm.
freeze warning the last couple of days.
Yeah, it was. I was told. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you moved from Indianapolis. You don't have no, girl, please. Enjoy your Florida weather, girl. All
It was
right.
great.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.